welcome to the What Say You podcast. It's been a while. It's been months, in fact.
Has it?
Yeah, it has been. Life gets in the way, but we're committed to doing this still. Except Q is not here right now. He's on business, but I am here. This is Sal Volcano. But joining me today are two of arguably the two most favorite What Say You guests in all of our history.
Is that true?
This is true. I get asked about the most from you two. This is a record-breaking appearance for him because it'll be the most times we've ever had someone on.
3, baby.
3? Well, it'll be 2 for me.
He did 2 for you?
No, I did. No, you've never done mine.
This will be 2 for you.
2. This
You're
is my
one
second.
behind him. So if he leaves and you want to do a short segment just to tie him up, let me know.
Yeah, I'm around tomorrow.
If you don't know who I'm talking about yet, if you haven't figured it out yet and you're a What Say You fan, then go fuck yourself. Because I have Roy Wood Jr. and Owen Benjamin with me today.
Hello, everyone.
We're outside. Why does it sound different?
Yeah, let's set the scene just so you guys know. We're sitting outside because it's a beautiful autumn day in New York.
Gorgeous.
With Sal's Pablo Escobar Villa.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Villa, whatever.
Is it Villa or Villa?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the double L's, it's like a yeah.
Villa. No, but in Spanish, it's Y.
Right, like Villa.
Yeah, but if you said that American, it's Villa.
Villa.
Yeah, but in your...
They say Villa.
Yes.
Pancho Villa.
Welcome to my...
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Yeah, quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Oh, you went straight Spain on that one. Quesadilla. Queza. Did you say queza?
I went straight something. There was nothing straight about that. Quesadilla.
Like that Spanish king made everyone sound a little gay. You know that story with the...
Pancho
The. Like in Spain, everyone has to say cerveza. Uno cerveza. Because there was one king way back in the day.
They can say cerveza. They don't have to go cerveza.
But they go th. No, but they go cerveza. Even if you're like being a dick, you're like cerveza. You still have to th.
Really?
That's Spain Spanish has a th sound.
I'm part Spain Spanish. My
Then you guys
grandpa,
say th.
Canary Islands.
Canary Islands?
Yeah.
Oh, so he was hoarding money from some government.
It's possible.
There's no taxes there. Right? Or no, that's Hayman. That's
you're thinking of the
Hayman Islands. No,
you're thinking
Cayman Islands. Yeah,
that's British.
Yeah, that's British.
I prefer Mexican Spanish.
You prefer Mexican Spanish?
Yeah, old original recipe.
Well, Spain's technically original recipe.
Yeah,
but they had a king that had a lisp. So instead of making
it always goes into a history lesson. But I don't know.
Owen knows his shit.
That's how much power you had as an old school king. He was like, this is how I talk, so everyone has to talk like this. So he made everyone talk with a TH so he didn't feel weird anymore.
That is crazy. Or risk persecution?
Yeah, like you had to, like he would kill you if you didn't do a TH sound. Because he had his lisp.
That's a little over the top.
So when he died, why didn't people just go, Cerveza? Fuck that dude.
Over his grave.
Yeah.
Cerveza.
Yeah, because then the next king was probably like, no, the shit stays after death, because then he's scared of death.
See, this is what you did, though. You told me about this king and this ordinance that he had. Yeah. And then you didn't know nothing about the next king. You were like, the next king,
I know nothing about
the
word
king. Probably. Like you just threw, it was like you mixed fact and complete conjecture.
Yeah. Basically, I'm like CNN.
We would see, they're coming for you.
Yeah, we got helicopters.
Me and Roy were just talking about how, well, I should say, I was telling Roy how I know nothing about politics.
No one does. No one knows shit about
I know nothing about politics, history, or geography, to the point where, though, it's embarrassing, where I'm going to embrace it now and be public about it. I've spoken about it on here before, but it's embarrassing.
Give me an example.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
Give me an example.
Yeah, name 4 people that are currently running for the presidential nomination in either party.
In either party.
For 2016.
Okay, I'm not sure who dropped. I could do that.
Let me take Trump and Hillary off the table.
Okay.
Now name 4.
Okay, Paul Rand. Is that his name?
I think he dropped out. I don't know.
Okay, Marco Rubio.
Fair.
Okay, Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
Okay. No, Ben Carson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
No, I can, because I mean, this has been right in my face, but I mean like real shit.
Right.
Like I don't know. Like
okay, let's do. Who came first, Teddy Roosevelt or Franklin Roosevelt?
Don't know.
Well, fuck that. I don't know.
You don't know that?
I can't name presidents past the ones that were living when I was born.
Listen, no one knows about like Monroe and shit.
I'm Carter on, and I know about Millard Fillmore because he was a bar and grill.
See, I know nothing about Millard Fillmore. That's interesting.
No, I don't know anything about him. I know he exists. They named a bar and grill after him, and I went to it for years and had no idea.
Was it literally named after him, or was it just some other dude named Fillmore?
No, it was Millard Fillmore's. And I just thought it was like what's that hibachi place?
I know you mean we were there in Hawaii.
Benihana?
I thought it was just like a Benihana, whatever
like a Millard Fillmore.
Yeah, and then one day someone was like, "Yeah, president," and I was like, "Fuck, he's a president."
By the way, doesn't he sound like a gay porn star? Fillmore. Millard Fillmore.
I don't know if it's
Fillmore. Sounds like you're pounding.
Yeah,
or just a straight any porn star for that matter.
It's like a strip chain spot called Genghis Khan or something like that.
Genghis Cohen.
I don't know. Is it Cohen or Khan? I think
Cohen in L.A. It's Genghis Cohen.
Then maybe that's what it is. Either way, I know it's not named after him.
Yeah, because Genghis Khan wasn't Jewish.
Or it's a pun or whatever, but.
Genghis Cohen. It was Genghis's Jewish cousin.
Politics is fascinating to me, but I've never been the guy that knew all of the... Like when people... I'll give you a perfect example. When John Boehner stepped down as Speaker of the House, and they go, all right, well,
this happened this week, right?
Yeah, like a week or so.
See, I get the headlines.
You didn't even know.
But I get the headlines.
Bro, me and you could do well together because I'm all pre-Carter.
Okay.
Like, I love history. Like, history's the best.
Again,
current shit, I hate.
But wait, Roy, continue. But again,
there's no perspective.
I know Carter on, meaning I know who was the president. I don't know shit about them. I don't know anything. I don't know. I know what left and right views are, but I don't know history. I don't know history at all, and I don't know geography really. And I mean,
what the fuck do you know, Sal?
I know like how to deal with people on a human level.
What was your favorite subject? What did you fuck with? Science, biology?
I'm a finance major.
So you was a math guy.
Yeah, but I'm not even. I don't know anything about finance now. That was 20 years ago. I know nothing.
Goodness.
I know what I glean off the headlines, and I'm more about learning about behavior.
I know what you are. You're a systems guy.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like, and by the way, those are a lot of times the most intelligent people. That's what, in a weird way, Einstein was. It's like he had that quote, don't memorize anything you can look up. It's all about pattern recognition and systems. So then, like, when someone feeds you data, you can then make a web out of it. Huh. So that's a whole skill in itself that's a lot more valuable than just data recall.
I just read an article about, like, very, very uber successful people, why they wear, like Steve Jobs or like Zuckerberg, why they wear the same clothes all the time. And it literally is so they have one less thing to do and one less thing to remember.
That's why relationships are actually good, because then you don't have to think about that anymore. Where you're like, I bang her.
Like the hunt for a partner.
Yeah, that's another good thing, cults. Because cults, you're always wearing a robe.
Yeah, but there are downsides.
I don't know. You get to have sex with each other.
We're in a cult? You can do that anywhere. Who do you want to have sex with?
If you're the cult leader, you get to bang everything.
Yeah, but wait. Name one cult that everyone's okay with that it just had great cult values.
I mean, I would, but I don't want to alienate anyone because they're very popular.
Apple.
Apple's 100% a cult.
Oh,
I'm part of that cult. I'll claim that. I mean, granted, you can't just go bang people at the Apple store.
Okay. I was thinking more of those people who put on tennis shoes and drink cyanide.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm thinking cultural cults.
Here's the thing, though. But, like, the cyanide poison drinking cults, like, they don't really fuck with anybody. Like, they're not out being all culty at Target telling you what you should and shouldn't do. They got their own little compound that's outside of the fucking city limits, and they drink their poison and teach their kids homeschool. And
I'm into it, actually. That sounds great.
That was Koresh, wasn't it?
Yeah, Branch Davidians.
Yeah, but Koresh was fucking with kids.
Yeah, but wait, hold on. That was a huge battle with Koresh.
Yeah, it was a huge battle once the Fed showed up. What I'm saying is that the Branch Davidians weren't coming into town every day like a fucking gang going, yeah, bitch, Branch D's on your ass.
Hold on a second. You said you didn't know anything, and you're dropping Branch Davidian on me now? What the hell's that?
Bro, I just figured out
Branch Davidian sounds like a Star Wars
People get fascinated when they don't do recruiting. Like when people aren't knocking, like Jehovah's Witness, it's some crazy shit, but they're knocking on your door. So it's like, no, I don't want to be in your club. And then you feel a sense of power where you're like, it's my decision. When people are like, because Judaism is so close to Christianity, and
Just want to make sure that's okay, even though the screen time's out.
Oh yeah, let me double check. We're rocking and rolling.
It will be a huge.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, like take Judaism for example. The reason some people get anti-Semitic, they're not doing anything bad. People just are like, why can't I be one? And they're like, because you got to learn a whole language, bitch. And then they're like, so I can't hang out in your tree fort? Fucking Jew. And they're not doing anything.
I know nothing about Judaism or the people that get mad at them. For me, when I think cult, I think off the beaten path, no advertising. You don't hear about it every day. Branch Davidians don't have a Facebook page. I'm talking about those groups that don't have a Facebook.
Right.
The people drinking the poison and letting the rattlesnakes bite them and all of that stuff. You're not getting Facebook group invites.
Bro, ISIS has a Facebook, though.
ISIS has?
So does Ahmed does all that shit about, like, hashtag super serious crazy terrorists. No, because they recruit online.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. No, they all have, like, crazy social media, all the new terrorist guys.
Yeah.
They're like, hashtag America must burn.
I thought that the platforms completely wiped anything like that out. Like, they'll let an ISIS leader just, like...
Bro, it's called the
like,
Darknet.
play at midnight?
100%. Yeah.
At midnight.
They play at midnight.
I thought they weren't allowed to partake in
Dude, at
those
first
things.
when you said that, I was thinking, like, that they can, like, hang out at midnight. And I was like, oh, that's real, yeah.
Literally, with Chris Hardwick.
Dude, there's a whole dark net where it's like...
Yeah.
If you listen to Radiolab...
Yeah.
The dark net, like dark code and all that shit.
I didn't know about the dark web until about less than a year ago. I found out about this trail. What's that? The
Oregon Trail?
No, not the Oregon Trail. There's the web, sandy. No.
Silk Road.
Silk Road. Sugar, sandy.
What is Silk Road?
Silk Road is like just another
You can
name.
like buy...
Oh, is that the website where I can just buy a gun and a tank?
Yeah, or like hire a hitman.
So it's like a eBay / Craigslist.
It's like
just the most vile.
Yeah.
It's like an Etsy for like. Silk Road
It's Airbnb for murder.
It's like a deviant Etsy.
Hi guys, it's Roy. Is anyone free to murder someone for me next Thursday?
No, but I think that's how it
100% that's
works.
it.
And I have bitcoins because I don't want you to track my cash transactions.
That's exactly how it works.
exactly how it is.
So for Bitcoin, that's why That's why people have an issue with Bitcoin.
Right.
Because
I still
it's
don't
like
understand
this
what Bitcoin
I have no idea what it is.
No, it's digital
Online
currency.
yeah.
From where though? What bank account does it draw
Exactly, there's
from?
no bank account.
Well, then how do I get some?
All money is whatever you put a value on it.
Don't get all fortune cookie on me right now.
No, but hear me
I'm
out.
Talking tangible.
No, let's say we have 3 bottles of beer. And it's like this beer is worth one ride to Manhattan.
Right.
And so you're like, here's mine. And then you're like, well, now I think it's worth a little different. That's when the currency exchanges start shifting. But it's like you don't need a bank at all for currency.
Where are my bitcoins stored, Owen? That's what I'm asking. If
digital.
I have 1 million bitcoins, where do I keep them?
In the cloud.
This is true.
In your keychain.
I
In
have
your
a-
keychain, bro. You know, like when a
iPhone?
keychain pops up? Yeah, that's it. It's right there in your keychain.
And that's not
think
trackable.
that's-
Bro, there's no
hackable?
money in a real bank.
That's-
Less than 7% of all the money in the world is actual money. It's all a number invented by some guy named Gary.
Now, I kind of know this too, but you see how he goes off and knows all this stuff? I don't know that, but let me tell you about Bitcoin what I do know, because someone was trying to tell me what a good investment it is. There's a finite number of Bitcoin, and when it sells out, there will be no more.
Right.
And it's going to
It's like gold.
Yeah.
I'm literally having an aneurysm right now.
I know.
Should we buy some
Like,
Bitcoin
trying to
right
figure
now?
this out.
I know.
It's a finite amount of something that's not even tangible.
That's correct. That's correct.
the fuck, dude.
So there is a hub that produces and distributes the Bitcoin.
Who produces the digital?
It's like a guy, I think.
That's like saying
It's literally just a guy.
that's like saying there's a finite amount of computer memory. We cannot build any more computer
Yeah, that's like saying there's a
memory.
finite amount of dreams.
Yeah.
And you
Like,
know
you
what,
can
guys?
either be a ninja
I
or a
hate to break
pirate,
the
not
news to you
both.
guys, but there is. No,
Wow, that got heavy.
so Bitcoin, so Silk Road. So I'd heard this. I don't know where I heard it, but like I've heard it a lot since then, and we just did a whole bit on it on IJ. we were like, we're looking for the dark web, like I'm in a
Right.
store and I'm like, excuse me, I'm looking for the dark web. You know? But you have to know how to get on too. Like if we wanted to get onto the dark web right now, I don't think you can. I think you need to know. I think you have to have like this. You have to be savvy.
Know a guy.
You have to be savvy, real savvy with that whole electronics, and then you also have to be like
HTML code.
Because I feel like once you
know code
dip your toe in those waters, you're on some type of list.
I feel like that's like Staten Island. You like have to know a guy that has a pin drop somewhere, because like or else you can't find it. It's like, how do you get to Staten Island? It's like there's a boat that I know a dude.
You have to do that on a computer that nothing else has ever been done on. Like you don't have dark web open in another window. Your Netflix is going,
and it's a computer that's never been. You ever? There's like a error between all the shit. Have you read about this? Like computers that have never been attached to anything.
Oh yeah, never hooked up online.
Yeah, and there's like physical error between them and all the others. It's like crazy weird. See, that's the stuff I do not know about. I know about history. We talk about FDR, I'm in, but I don't know how to like what the dark net is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably better off that we don't know what it is.
Roy thinks it's African American advocacy group.
No, I think it's anti-African American.
The dark web? That sounds like it's like a Panthers
the dark
thing.
net. It sounds like I don't know what it doesn't sound like.
It's like the
dark.
Sounds like a dope ass Marvel movie, if you ask me.
But those people, they walk amongst us. Like, I wonder how many times a day in Manhattan I pass someone that's just like an avid dark web fan.
I think we're sitting at a table with one right now.
Here's the good thing about.
Bro, Roy knows this shit. Roy knows this shit.
All right, we're gonna out you.
Right.
We're gonna out you.
Bro, well, we would be in like an airport, and we look over, and Roy's like headphones on, doing like radio call-ins and shit, and we're all just like, "What is he doing?" Like he knows technology.
Dude, I think the cool thing about hackers, I don't even know if we consider them a cult too.
Hackers,
yeah,
that anonymous 4chan thing, whatever that is. How are they not caught?
No, I'm really into them, though. I support everything they say.
No,
I know, just because I don't want them to take me down.
No, don't get me wrong. It seems like what they're doing is like instilling their own brand of justice.
Yeah, which even if there's bad hackers, I feel like there's enough good hackers where there's some level of balance to that. Because, you look at some of the stuff that hackers try to do. They try to out crazy groups. They try to out crazy leaders. So some of the vigilantism of it is redeeming, and of course the government wants to shut that down because they could expose lots of secrets. So why wouldn't you want that dude to be quiet? But because it's like this weird web of everybody, like Anonymous doesn't seem to have one, hey man, I'm the leader of Anonymous, what's up, how can we help you? Like there's no number to call.
Right.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like when Anonymous is going to do like a huge jump off, like, is there a meeting? And, like some guy's just not going to turn on his webcam, throw on that mask, and be like, I'm speaking on behalf of Anonymous.
Right.
Everyone's going to be like, what the fuck? Who told him to put the mask on?
Right.
Like, I wonder if
I always thought that about anarchy.
There's got to be politics.
Like, anarchist groups have to have, like, set meeting times. Right. Which makes it a paradox. It's a paradox upon inception.
That's correct.
Like, being an anarchist means you've already followed one rule, which means you're no longer an anarchist.
It's impossible to be an anarchist.
It's impossible to be an anarchist.
It also lowers the odds of them being infiltrated because there isn't one central meeting place or one central email fucking CC mailing list. Well, I'm on the anonymous email chain, and it's me and 50 other guys got CC'd on email. Like, no, it's just probably some secret message you get on the phone that no one else knows anything about.
But who is leading these lives? We were just talking about going to Marshall's.
I think it's Barry Sanders.
But who has the time? Who has the time?
No, Barry Sanders, the running back.
Is that what you meant?
No, I'm running with it.
I thought you meant Bernie Sanders.
No, I mean Barry. Barry Sanders leads Anonymous. Imagine if Barry Sanders was the head of Anonymous.
Imagine if any.
Remember watching him? Anytime he touched the ball, anything could happen.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as one whole side of the line had crumble, he didn't care.
His legs were like this.
Oh, can we talk about the fact he probably is anonymous? What, he could escape anything. He didn't follow the rules.
No, he didn't.
Barry Sanders.
What happened to Bo?
Bo Jackson?
Yeah, he knew everything. Now, where is he now?
Did you see that 30 for 30?
So he's laying low now.
Yeah,
Bo's shooting up.
He's off the grid. That's what's going to happen. Everyone's got to go off the grid.
Bo's somewhere in Alabama just hunting deer with a fishing
with his
rod.
Feet. He hunts with his feet. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah, he shot a bow and arrow with his feet.
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Video of it.
Bo knows foot.
Bo literally knows bows.
Right. Bo knows bows.
Dick's Sporting Goods, you're welcome.
Bose stereos. Bose should get Bo to be like Bo knows
bows. That's a really good idea. And a bow tie store.
Although then again, I don't know if Bose needs Bo Jackson as their 2015 campaign.
Yeah, their demo is
20 years ago.
It was a
their
fun-
demo is dudes over 50 that still do steroids. That's all the Bo Jackson guys.
I like Bose.
The speakers or the Jacksons?
Oh, both of them. Bo's probably one of the top 5 Jacksons of all time.
There's been some famous Jacksons.
Top
Who do you
five
think's
Jacksons.
worst Jackson all time?
Well, then you got to go into the Jackson family, or you just say that
Just the Jackson family. That's just one.
the Jackson family will be.
Well, there's a lot. I mean, think about how many famous
You got
Jacksons there are. You got
Andrew
Jesse
Jackson.
Jackson,
Jesse Jackson,
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson. I love
And then-
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson, all the Jacksons of the Michael
Yeah.
Jackson clan.
Yeah, Bo's up there. Bo's a famous
That
Jackson.
one actor who was in, what's his name? Brandon T. Jackson?
Yeah, Brandon T. Jackson. Craig Robinson sitcom and Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
He's a good dude. Brandon T.
Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock.
Can we do that?
Of course we can.
Yeah.
Famous Jackson. We're following the rules.
Jackson on the front end.
Jackson.
Yeah, if you're reading that off like in school, it would be Jackson Pollock or Pollock Jackson.
I mean, Michael.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, I mean he's by far the most famous Jackson.
His songs come on right now. You do one of those top 15 songs, or even though in his deep top 5, like the real top.
Yeah.
If you throw that on anywhere, if there was hand-to-hand combat going on, I went to see Madonna.
That's a good idea to end war, dude.
just fucking blast.
Just start blasting Billie Jean.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Don't stop. Well, that could make the war worse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was too early. That was early Jackson.
Well, yeah, and like the message is "Don't stop till you get enough," which goes bad with dudes with
PYT.
guns.
You throw that shit on,
Thriller. Everybody would have to do the Thriller dance, and they couldn't fight anymore.
No, you
but
get
it's
shot by some
crazy
sniper or something.
because a 9-year-old loves it, a 5-year-old loves it, a person who lived through it loves it. People who think he's a child molester still love it.
Still love it.
I was at a Madonna concert.
Like parents whose children were molested by him
love Michael Jackson.
still like Michael Jackson.
It's not. Is it? I don't know if it's him or the music is its own entity now.
Yeah, it's almost like its own thing. It's like it'll live forever.
It's on. It's
Madonna's
just
got a
something-
catalog, though, right?
She
Madonna's
does, but this
got
was
some
my
good
point.
shit.
I went to go see her, and before she came out, waiting like an hour in between like for her to come out, and they were playing house music over the house
Right.
speakers, and it was just like blah 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 blah. And then right before she came out, she pumped Michael Jackson. The whole place went nuts. Like she came out on the heels of him, and she was playing other hits before that, but nobody gave a
Wow.
shit.
Fuck
And then
that.
she
That's
played it.
cheating. You don't
came
get to get Michael. You don't get the ghost of Michael Jackson to open for
She
you.
That's
bled.
like if we play a Carlin hour right before we go on stage.
Before we went with Junior, here's a little Chris Rock. For
Little Chris Rock.
Set the mood.
Yeah.
Wait, we were saying before, like the person who gets a secret, the person in Anonymous who gets these like untraceable texts, like you know,
Right.
the Eagles has landed, or whatever. the
Right.
hell. Like they have to go about normal life too. Like
Maybe not, though.
They have to, and most of them are not elderly. I'm thinking most of them are like
Gotta be under
prodigies
40,
or under
yeah.
40 or
40,
things
yeah.
like that. And then like you've been in Marshalls. And there's been one next to you from Anonymous, without a doubt.
I know how you find out who's anonymous. Like in Marshalls, whoever's like, excuse me, do you sell this in Bitcoin? And everyone's
And they
like,
go, "Oh, you got me."
that's how they get
Damn
it.
it!
We should buy Bitcoins.
If Anonymous contacted you tomorrow
Can I
saying,
buy them right now? Do you guys want to invest in Bitcoin?
"No," because
Yeah.
I don't understand. No one can explain what the fuck it is.
I don't
Like
understand the
a low
American
level,
economy.
Like low level, like we'll do $33 each.
I spent
Yeah.
$200 on fantasy football this season.
That's
I
right.
regret that.
So
DraftKings.com.
not doing good?
DraftKings.com.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Dude. Fucking 0-4 in my money league.
Oh no!
The fuck you ESPN Yahoo leagues that were free. Oh yeah,
Yeah, they do.
3-1,
Yeah.
4-0.
Everyone on my benches, everyone on my starting lineup's hurt, but I had a good bench, so I'm 3-1 right now.
Who's on your who's your starters? You have like Romo.
Here's the people that were fucking benched, and 5 of my first 7 draft picks. DeMarco Murray did shit and sat out 2 games.
He's
Andre
sucking
Ellington
now.
hasn't played. Deshaun Jackson hasn't played. Arian Foster hadn't played until last week. Who else do I have that's hurt?
I have Brandon LaFell from the Patriots.
Yeah.
He's hurt.
What did he, Brandon LaFell down?
Nicely done.
Thanks, guys.
You brought the heat with that
Yeah,
one.
that's big.
no. Clunk.
Let's set the scene out here, too, because you might...
I know you're going to give me back for it.
You might be hearing choppers, and like you said, we're outside. The guys have come to Staten Island, by the way.
Yes, we have.
So, is this your first?
No, I shot Staten Island Summer here. That's
oh, yeah, that's right. You are.
Yeah.
That's right. Roy?
when I first started doing comedy, I used to sleep at the Staten Island Motor Lodge.
No,
You have a way of making
you did
everything
not.
about
It's
struggle that
serious.
you've been through
No,
when you
you
first
did
started
not.
I'm
stand
just
up.
telling you.
You could be like, hey, Roy, do you want a beer? It's like, when I first started stand up, I used to sleep in a beer factory. Yeah, I'll take one.
Wait, hold on. You just named like arguably the most worst, deviant, filthy spot on there. Like you did not. There's no reason for you to. What club were you going to? That's where you were staying.
At the time,
Were you playing Millard Fillmore's?
No, I just needed somewhere under $50 to lay my head.
In looking to get to Manhattan,
Correct.
and you went to the Staten Island Motor Lodge, and how'd you get to
The
Manhattan?
shit was $33. I was driving.
But the ferries are more.
Oh.
I didn't know shit about it. It was 99. I didn't Google this shit. I just Googled New York and go.
I would be terrified to put the sole of my shoe into that threshold, onto that carpet.
TV with no frame on it. Just a picture tube and just all the electrical shit just exposed.
So they were
in the
flat
back.
screen before it existed.
Technically.
They were ahead of their time.
I'm not kidding. I grew up blocks from there.
Are you serious?
Yep, it's not in a bad neighborhood. It's just a bad situation right there. Just the Motor Lodge itself.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. I grew up less than a 5-minute walk from that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and so did all my friends and family. It's just right in the middle of our hometown. It really is.
How big geographically is Staten Island?
14 miles by 7 miles. About 500,000.
So everyone kind of knows each
about
other.
500,000 people.
It's like the biggest small town in America.
I'll tell you what, you probably can't go a couple of degrees of separation from someone. Maybe I'll give you 3 degrees.
You guys must just be like, because you're like Staten Island heroes, like you're royalty at this point. Like when you walk around, is it just like batshit?
Well, you said that, not me.
No,
I
yeah,
don't
but it's
think
just
we're
a
royalty.
fact.
No one's batshit.
No, but in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way.
I imagine New York, it's more laid back
Yeah,
where you're from. It's just like, oh yeah, those are the boys.
Yeah,
They're on
yeah.
the TV. I
Yeah,
don't know
no,
if
it's
that's how
not.
all of your Staten Island people say.
No, it's,
Sal and the boys are coming over. They're on the TV.
It's weird that everyone from Staten Island sounds like they're a black man from Alabama.
No, that would be like this.
Like
Sal and the boys over here. They're on the TV.
God,
that's so warm.
See y'all on the
That's
picture, too.
Great.
For me, that's a really warm. I would love someone to speak to me like that.
Oh my God, he could read me books and I'd fall asleep to that.
We're on the picture tube. I see
sounds
y'all
so
on
It's
the
nice.
just
picture
warm.
tube.
I just like it. It just makes you feel like.
Like if you said a sentence like that was a jarring sentence in that accent, it wouldn't be that jarring. Like tell me that my rent's overdue and I have to sleep at the Motor Lodge.
You want to see some funny shit?
You're not gonna do it.
No, I'm just as an aside. Frank Caliendo, when LeBron James went back to Cleveland, and he wrote Cleveland a letter about why he's coming home.
Yeah.
Frank Caliendo read it in the voice of Morgan Freeman.
That's hilarious.
It is the funny, just proving his theory that old black men
Right.
reading emotional shit.
Right.
It's worth googling, man. It's like fucking 30 million views or something.
I gotta say.
Yeah, you can like break really bad news with that vibe. And New York's the opposite. You could be like, "You just won $1 million,"
Right.
and everyone's like, "Stop yelling at me!" and they just run away.
What's the catch?
That was also not a good New York accent.
I can't do accents. I can do
Dollars.
British a little bit. Hang on, I'm from fucking New York. Is that it?
It sounds like someone trying to do their version of someone from New York.
It sounds like someone trying to do the version of someone from New York.
No, you just be like, I'm from fucking New York.
I'm from fucking New York.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm from New York State.
South.
I'm from New York State. I might as well be from the South with snow.
Why is that, Sal? Why do you guys not fuck with upstate? Smash from Syracuse and Oswego?
I don't know. There's like a divide. Here is weird. It's like, it's just territorial. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing against upstate.
The funny thing is, it's like, that's a lot of real estate between us. It's like we forget because of planes and cars, but that's like 300 miles different.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, we're all like soybean fields and shit and apple orchards.
Yeah, I mean, you put down like a state line, but really it's nothing. It's just like if I'm going 300 miles in the other direction, I'm not down with, OPP over there.
Yeah, it's weird. Have you ever watched how states got their shape?
No.
Pretty interesting
Yeah,
shit.
it's an interesting show.
Yeah, it's so arbitrary.
How do they get this shape?
That's the
Just
whole
how
show.
border lines were set up and all that.
Yeah, it literally
Some
can be like a
argument.
family feud, like elk rights.
Get
Like
the fuck
literally,
outta here.
I don't know if this is on the show or it might have been on Rogan's podcast, but like they might have been even joking. But New Mexico, like that little fucking weird thing that no one knows about, that could be like a great hunting spot. And they're like, we want that too. So it's just
It was just like that.
yeah. The more populated the state, the more crazy they are. And when no one was there, they're like, Kansas, big square, you know.
Right.
But when it's like Delaware, like all these, it's
Right.
always like on the corner of this. It's, you know.
Yeah, that's why there's all little small states here because that's where they hit first.
Right.
And they're probably just like, that's fine. No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Yeah, and out west they're just like Montana is just a big thing.
Yeah.
Just, who cares? It's like along a river.
Who makes street names?
Roy?
Bored people.
Department of Transportation?
Yeah, that's a good question.
But no, but who? Like, even if it's someone in the DOT, who's like, well, name this, like, you know,
Right.
Mary Court. Like, who the fuck?
Just as they add a street, they just think of another motherfucker to name it after, and then when someone more prevalent dies, he gets it.
Well, now that's happening. Now street shout-outs.
Lose your street to another dude.
Yeah, but that's only happening now. Like, those are like street shout-outs.
Yeah, streets are basically a shout.
Like Ricky Martin Boulevard's like on the verge, where people are like, we thought he'd be a lot bigger. You know what I'm saying?
There was yeah, I get it. They're, like in Atlanta, they don't do numbered streets downtown. It's like, you know, peach trees and all of that shit.
Yeah.
And then as more and more prevalent people die, they get a name.
And it takes over the other name.
Yeah,
now.
and it takes over.
Yeah, but then
the
that just
name.
convolutes shit because all they do is put that sign a little, like an inch above the other sign, and then people are calling it the same thing.
Well, you know what? They do that in Harlem too. It's Marcus Garvey Boulevard / 132nd / 5th. I'm like,
It's
fuck.
Muhammad Ali / Cassius Clay Boulevard.
No, but then it's like slash. You ever just following your GPS and she has a full stroke. She's like, make a right on Route 35 North, Route 35, Junction, blah, 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 Martin Luther, blah, blah, up north. And she says like 100 things. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's almost like going through the generations of political correctness where it's like, take a right on Midget / Dwarf / Little Person Boulevard.
That's freaking insane, dude.
/Ken.
Yeah.
Like she finally names him.
Yeah.
You miss the street, it just goes rerouting.
Rerouting.
That's why I respect like these cities that they just don't go through the trouble of naming streets. They just go, fuck it, man. You get an exit. Let's exit your name, or we're gonna dedicate a stretch of highway to you.
Right.
Right.
Which is what I don't want.
You don't want that.
I don't want a stretch of highway.
Why not?
I want a street. Fuck that. I want stuff addressed to me.
Oh, I thought you were being humble. Turns out you're being a dick.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna remember me.
So you want to be like, write me, Roy Wood Jr. at 1 Roy Wood Jr.
You won't
Road.
remember. No one's gonna say, "Hey
Roy
man,
Wood Jr.
where are
Alabama.
you?" Well, we're in that 2-mile stretch dedicated to Roy Wood
That's
Jr.
a bit, dude. You got to do that as a bit. That's really funny. Because in my head, I pictured you don't want a highway named after you. And I was like,
if I had to choose,
like a whole highway? Like the Long Island Expressway? If that was the Roy Wood, I mean, you should be happy with
you have
that.
to work to get a whole fucking freeway named like the FDR, the Delano Roosevelt. Like
That's why I thought you were being a dick. Because I thought you were like, I don't want a highway. I need more.
No, I don't want.
You just want the stretch. No,
yeah,
I get that.
You know, but you know,
or it's like the Kiwanis Club.
the whole FDR or the Kennedy, or you know, like
you want one of those. You know, you want a whole
president.
highway.
You gotta fucking change. The
Take
world.
a right at the Wood. Take a right. It's way faster if we take the Wood JR. Think about
It would
it.
be nice if you got like a patch of like forest dedicated to like the Roy Woods.
That's where it's. Yeah, the Roy Woods.
How about that?
The Roy Woods.
I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? Like a campground or something like that.
Like
Or some
the Adirondack Mountains is now the Roy Woods.
Yeah, the landmark, some like landmark
I don't know.
park, the Roy Woods.
I don't know. I need to talk to the Smokey family and see how they feel about him getting those mountains named after him.
Bro, you need your woods.
Nah, I want a street. I want a street, but I want a building. I definitely don't want a middle school.
Why?
Because I feel like schools named after black people just never do well. And it'll just be a school, and they'll put it in this shit neighborhood.
That's
You can
hilarious,
laugh at it.
man.
I know it's
That's hilarious.
I know it's uncomfortable. But they don't name middle schools after black people and put them in good looking parts of town.
There's no like Martin Luther. There isn't.
There's
no Frederick Douglass in
Frederick
Beverly
Douglass
Hills.
Elementary in Beverly Hills. Fuck no.
Do you
They
think
put 'em
Obama's got
deep
school
in the hood.
status? Is Obama going to get school name?
Fuck yeah.
But like soon though?
I don't know if it'll be before he dies.
Wait, but not
You know
really.
what? I
No
bet you
recent
there's-
presidents have things like that, do they?
Just their libraries.
Yeah,
We
that
got
doesn't count.
Reagan.
You get a library. That's,
Reagan's got an airport.
He does?
Yeah, Washington D.C.
D.C. Reagan.
Oh, is that Reagan?
Yeah.
Reagan,
I
yeah.
don't pay attention to that shit. I
Who's
just
the dullest dude? You know what's really fucked up is that they'll add names on top of names at airports, like Hartsfield Jackson in Atlanta. was like one dude, and it was like, yeah, listen, Hartsfield, this is other dude, Jackson. He's done a lot of shit for Atlanta as well. Can we add his name to the airport? And then that's how it became Hartsfield Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, and then granted, that dude did a lot for the city, so he deserved to be having something named after him. They're just like, fuck it, just add him to the airport.
But, you know,
Would you rather be first or second, though? Like, would you rather be maiden name or, like, man name? You want to be Hartsfield or Jackson? Dude, that's another Jackson.
Yeah.
But that's not Andrew, though, right?
No, this is a local Jackson. It's like a local
Jackson
politician.
if you're nasty. Janet Jackson if you're nasty.
Yeah.
No, that's just good. No, but here's the thing. That's not going to be far now from Pepsi Cola, Hartsfield Jackson Airport.
That's true.
That's what's happening
It's
now.
going to happen now.
You can't even have a goddamn stadium that's not like...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm going to go see my beloved Sox at U.S. Cellular Field.
At Kudmiski.
Yeah.
Dude, how about, like, the worst is, like, we never think about it, but the Staples Center? That's like the Office Depot Center. That's like a shitty brand.
Yes.
No offense, Staples, but it's not exactly like, you know, the Cadillac Center. It's like the Staples.
You know,
Yeah, but-
the New Orleans Pelicans play in the Smoothie King Center.
Shut up.
No, that's not true.
Google that shit.
The
sir.
Smoothie King Center.
Smoothie King bought the naming rights to the New Orleans arena, and the Pelicans play in the Smoothie King arena.
Is the Smoothie King a West Coast thing?
I don't know, but they got enough money
That's
to
what
buy a stadium.
Well, do you know what Smoothie King is? Because I don't, and that what that leads me to believe is might not be that much money.
Bro, there's
to
like
get a
8 of
short-term
them. How does
name
that
lease
even... How
on
does
a
that
stadium.
happen? It'd be funny if, like, the Dairy Queen got, like, the Saints. That's like the Smoothie King. And then Jack in the Box. Like, they started a whole, like, royalty thing.
Who's a higher ranking king, Smoothie or Burger?
Burger.
Without doubt.
Smoothie King is nothing.
I don't know. I like Smoothie King. He's a young upstart. He's about nutrition.
Well, 'cause
Burger
you're-
King's giving you black Whoppers that turn your shit green.
What is that about, by the way?
You read that story?
I heard it. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
I heard what you just said.
They got the black Whopper for Halloween.
Is it bad that I want to try one and
Why
shit
would
green?
you want green shit? Like,
But why is it turning green?
Yeah, why is
because
it?
the chemicals
Oh, is that
in the,
what it's
in the
for?
bread.
It's like they want your shit to turn green?
Why would you want?
No, but is that like an advertising thing? Or is that like a
No, it's a side
byproduct?
effect.
Oh,
like
so
people
the
came
problem
out
is-
and went, "Oh my god, my shit's green! Emergency! Emergency!" This
Did they pull it?
No,
Wait,
they're gonna
they-
keep selling it.
Wait, did they dye it? Or is it a natural, like, pumpernickel
I
type
don't know
bread?
if it's infused with some
It's
sort
100% like chemical. It's like
Is it infused with
it's the
A1 or
shit that
something?
Jack Nicholson fell into in the first Batman. Where he's got like a big
What
fucking...
about when they turn the Chicago River green? What do they do there?
Well, you're not
Dye.
eating the river, though.
Yeah, but what about everything else in the river? It's
I don't
just a
think there's anything else in
non-toxic
the river.
dye.
Yeah, that's probably non-toxic dye.
Yeah, but everything down there is turning green. No?
It's just for a couple days.
Yeah, I know, but if you just drank nonstop, if you drank green dye, you'd start to turn green. Like when my niece was little, my sister gave her a lot of carrots, and she started
Yeah.
to turn orange. I'm not
totally,
joking
beta
around.
carotene does that.
Yeah,
But like when it's not planned, it seems weird.
yeah,
Especially with a meat product.
yeah. And they didn't test run that. Like nobody like
Like that means no one at Burger King even ate one.
right.
Like not like the head guys
Right.
at Burger King weren't like, let's have one of
The
these.
second they all shit green, they would have been like, we can't do it.
Yeah. But then it's too late.
So the bun is infused with A1 steak sauce at Burger King, and so experts are saying that what makes your stool green most likely is the food coloring in the bun. Food coloring is not always completely absorbed by the intestines during digestion, and the dye that isn't absorbed can seep into the food material that's sitting in your gut, thus turning it different colors.
But why green? Like what? They're dyeing it green?
It's black. I don't know. That's just the chemical. That's the issue.
I mean,
with your own-
that honestly would have been a brilliant like St. Patty's Day thing.
Yeah, like if it was all a joke.
Yeah, like
Or it's
shit
like
green.
top of the morning to you.
Human bile is yellowish, combining with the blue food coloring, which most likely combine to make it a green liquid, which then gives you an unnatural shade of emerald green stew.
So if you eat
Emerald green. That actually sounds enticing.
that sounds great.
No, that's like
Emerald
arrow.
green. Yeah, emerald green is like royal.
Yeah, that's like Wizard of Oz shit.
Yeah.
It's antifreeze. That's like more troubling. Like I would need it to be like a dark green, like that.
So if you eat a Smurf, you should green.
most likely,
Because the yellow and blue make green.
according
It's
to
sealed.
CBS News, yes.
That was the ad campaign for Ziploc, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yellow and blue make green. It's sealed. Black burger, green poop.
I'm grabbing one of those beers. You got some beer?
What
do you want?
I'm gonna try a
the root beer.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
3 of them,
What do you
oh.
want? Root? Yep.
Yeah. Pause it out.
Yeah. Oh, it don't matter. This is it. We're sitting outside. This is going to be. I mean, other than that, I hope that I guess I had the occasional helicopter or air horn or something like that.
But see, I guess it's different because you've always lived in New York, so this probably hasn't been as big of an issue from you. But me moving here from the South, man,
right?
This shit is like,
yeah.
Remember that scene in The Matrix where Neo just gets all of this information just flooded into his brain?
Yeah.
That's what coming out of the Lincoln Tunnel for the first time is like in New York. It's people, there's dogs, there's barking, there's horns, there's cops, there's sirens, there's helicopters, there's homeless, there's a street vendor, there's a guy in a Spider-Man costume. He's fighting with a dude in a Wolverine costume, and you're just trying to get to work.
You're right.
You're literally just trying to get to work.
And by the way, you better make the right turn out of that tunnel, too, or you fuck too.
Yeah.
Got to loop around. Oh, see that? We're trying this new root beer. Not your father's root beer.
That's really good.
Ale with a taste
Cheers,
of spice.
boys.
Cheers.
By the way, this is really fun to see you guys.
It's great.
Yeah, I needed this. I've been on the road
you
way
guys
too
were out here.
solo.
How's the road been, Oh? Give me some good road stories.
It's been intense. Been intense, man. Driving. I drove Pittsburgh, Toronto, did the Drake Hotel. It was cool. Very hipster vibe there. Like people were very like, yeah. But the crowd was cool.
I've never been to Toronto.
And then Lancaster.
Who's routing it for you?
The CAA guys.
Okay.
And then Lancaster's a bizarre town. Really cool people working at that place.
PA, New York? Where's Lancaster?
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a cool scene, good architecture. But, I got some food there, and I ran into two of the dumbest people I've ever met at the same place. So that's a bad sample size. That's not scientific. But, I was like, yeah, I'll take a gyro and some sweet potato fries. And they're like, so what did you want?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, a gyro and sweet. They're like, do you want it on, the side? And I was like, I don't care, man. Can you just do what I said? Can you just do it? And he was like, so, what do you want in it? I'm like, you look like a scared deer. I'm like, are the words, I was at that point, I was almost nicer than I normally would be. I'm like, hey, man, just bring out some food and I'll give you some money.
That's hilarious.
That happened to me in L.A. One of the first times I went to L.A., though.
Really?
Yeah, I went to...
Well, LA's got some,
I went to get a bagel.
People.
I went to get a bagel. I got up, I walked... Hugh had an apartment there. And this was 10 years ago, whatever. And I got up, I'm like, I'm going to go for a walk, get a bagel. Here, you get a bagel on everything.
Yeah.
So I walked quite a while, and I walked into an industrial bagel store, a hip... it was all...
you want 100 bagels?
It was cement, and everything was steel inside. It was
right.
It was like a
bunch of bagels in a display case on the wall.
Yeah, it was almost like what a nightclub would look like. But it was and I walked in, one guy working, no one else in the place.
Right.
And no music on, and I just woke up to the hey, can I get a bagel with butter? And he's like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And he's wearing a Lakers jersey, and he had long blonde hair. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Doesn't even look like an employee.
Yeah.
Right.
He was just
a
sitting
guy.
there. He got up. He's like, "Yeah, what can I get you, bro?" And I'm like, a bagel with butter." And so in New York, if you order a bagel with butter, you have ordered it. They made it.
You've already eaten it. You've already eaten it.
Out the door in 20 seconds.
It's a wormhole. You've actually, before you order it, you've already eaten it.
Right. And he goes, yeah. Oh, sure. Hold on a sec. And then he takes 5 steps, gets a pad,
Oh my God.
and a pen, right?
Gives me anxiety just to hear it.
He goes, what can I get you? And I go, third time, I go, bagel with butter. And he writes, 1 bagel.
No
with butter.
way.
And he goes, you want it toasted? And I go, yeah, I'll take it toasted. So he writes toasted, right? He rips. This is the truth. No. He rips the thing. And there's a hole in the wall for where the cooks, whatever has happened on the back.
No,
he spikes it
on the wheel or whatever.
He spikes it. He walks
through
the doors
Shut up.
In the back, opens up a bagel. I see him now. Now he takes the spike. It's him. But I'm still only 5 feet from him, even though he's behind the wall now. I watch him walk around. He pulls it off the spike. It was like a joke. He reads it.
Look at it again.
He opens the bagel, puts it in that thing, the bagel thing that's like at continental breakfast at hotels where it just like does a
slow conveyor belt.
Yeah, the slow conveyor belt.
Oh
and then
put in the upper deck, it lands at the lower deck.
Then he's standing there, he waits for it. It falls. He puts it together, puts it on a plate, puts it in a bag, and then gives me 2 pats of butter.
So you can do it yourself?
Sealed pats of butter, and a knife, and you butter it yourself.
Bitch, you was right there with the bagel. Why didn't you butter it?
They don't butter it there. They don't butter it.
What was the fucking on his piece of paper? Was it like bagel, hand him butter after?
He just wrote bagel,
He took
bagel
the full
butter toasted.
order as if there was someone else in the back of the house.
There was no one else there.
Holy shit,
He
man.
walked in the back, he reread the note, and then he toasted it, and then he made me butter it.
There's some people in LA. I went to a restaurant recently with Amy in LA, and there was like 2 people in the whole thing, 9 employees. And it was like on Melrose, and it was supposed to be some like nice vegetarian Mexican food. And the guy was on the phone at the host for like a while, and I'm just standing there, and I'm just like, "Can we get a table?" And he just wouldn't acknowledge me. And so I finally just grabbed a couple menus. He goes, "Oh, excuse me, like I have to seat you." I go, "Why?" He goes, "Just make sure I get you in the right section." I go, "There's more of us than I'm like, there's more of you than us." And so Amy starts looking at me like, don't.
Yeah.
Like she's looking at me like, dude, it's not. And I start being, and then as we're walking, I say casual things, but I get like 3 inches from his face, where I'm just like, so who's going to be our waiter? Like I'm just, my words are unquotable. Like I don't. If he quoted
in the
me,
right place.
like he couldn't call the cops and be like, this dude just threatened me because I'm saying things that are fine, but I'm saying them 3 inches from his nose. And there's so much space that it's very uncomfortable, and I just keep asking him questions like, "Are you sure my waiter is going to be the right one for this section? But I'm right here." And he just kept being like, "I was on the phone." I go, "You just give me a nod, acknowledge that I'm a customer."
Yeah, I hate that shit.
And then when my waiter came, I was like, "So how many waiters do we get?" Like I just couldn't fucking drop it.
Just ruined the whole.
Yeah, and
dinner.
she just kept being like, you just let it go. I'm like, no, but I go, see, that's how people like Hitler get power. I go, because the little things allow people to think that this is okay behavior.
Hitler used to be a concierge.
Totally. No, Hitler probably one day was like, you guys, I mean, Jews aren't cool, right? And everyone's like, don't say anything. And it's like, so they're not cool, right? It's like, if there was one guy that was like, don't you say that, little man, like then fucking we wouldn't have had a Holocaust.
No, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with you totally.
Same with slavery. Same with slavery.
Slavery is not the same.
No, it is. Someone like if it probably starts small, where it's like we can have these guys help out. Maybe we'll pay them, and then no one stopped it there, and then it just kept growing. Like someone could be like, no, you got to pay these guys.
Look, I'm on the
you know what I'm saying?
No,
it's
don't.
really small. No, bro, little things add up.
No, I agree.
Like
with
if that
you.
guy's allowed to act that way,
you're
then other
100%
people
right.
are like, oh,
it's like
so
disciplining a child.
Exactly.
It is.
It's like that you.
And those people were never disciplined.
No,
that's right. You're
no,
100%
they're raised
right.
by an iPad.
I see what you're saying.
That's
in theory.
how there's a Holocaust, and that's why there was slavery.
In theory, I see what you're saying.
No,
but
it's
I
all
am like
microcosm to macrocosm. You know.
All right.
You don't think so?
No, I'm with you.
You're definitely with it.
But you know what I think though? Like I get hung up on that, and those people ruin my day.
Totally.
And then that bleeds into my rapport with other people.
And then Donald Trump sounds like he's making a lot of sense. See what I'm saying? That's how you elect the Joker. Remember the Joker in Batman? That's our current thing.
Right.
Everyone thinks it's okay to and then it's like then you listen to the sound of a madman, and that's how we get tyranny.
I still think in exchange for in spite of the shit service, I do think fast food workers should get $15 an hour, but I feel like we should be able to give them more shit for fucked up service.
Oh, there has to be.
I think that's the
Give it.
balance.
Standards have to raise.
If I get the mathematics of $8 an hour, 40 hours a week, poverty line, blah blah blah, that's fine. But those aren't your fucking napkins, man.
Right.
Give me more napkins.
Right. Exactly.
And if you're getting $15 an hour, I get to fucking unleash fucking fury on you for being stupid. It's 8 burgers in this bag, and you gave me 4 napkins.
That's $7 more dollars of accountability.
You're 100% right, and I'll tell you what else. Though.
Accountability has to go.
Accountability. Up. I agree, but I have a higher tolerance Well, no, I don't have a tolerance for ignorance. I have a higher tolerance for a mistake or something that's not completely ignorant, than I do for attitude. People in customer service jobs or jobs like that, or even that have fucking and don't want to be there.
With no cheese
that gets me right.
Remember my relationship with sound guys, Roy?
Oh yeah. So when we used to go on the road for Sullivan and Son tours, and Owen would be on stage, and they would have a sound check an hour before the show. Everything would be perfect, and when Owen would get on stage. And he would do a stand-up, and then he would go over to the piano for the last couple of minutes. There was always something wrong with the piano.
It's inevitable.
Owen would from the stage.
No, I'd unleash.
What the fuck? We just did this 2 hours ago, bro. 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And this poor little fucking kid, he's a kid. He's got his little polo
He's a big
shirt.
kid, big guy.
And he's scurrying around. He's on stage with chords, and Owen's just doing jokes over him.
No, I'm trying to make it work, but it got to the point. There was one night where I literally go, hey, Matt always tells the story where I go, Philadelphia,
at some theater.
I go, hey, sound guy. I go, can you at least acknowledge that there's a problem? And I hear nothing. I go,
no, it was Tampa. This was Tampa.
Was it Tampa?
Tampa Improv.
Did you buy him a shot after?
Yeah, I always make up for shit. Yeah, I'm like, no, let's make up. I'll give you a shot, whatever. But at the time, I go, your name is Sound Guy. I go, your only job is to make sound. And I'm like that intense on stage. And people are just looking at me. I'm like, fine, look at me. I go, that guy is supposed to just give me sound.
You lost it?
Oh, my God.
It's like watching a couple argue on a plane.
Right.
Where you can't escape.
Right.
You don't want to look at it, but you can't look away from it.
Yeah.
His name is Sound Guy. It's one thing if it was like just a person. Like, I would never be a dick like that. Like, imagine if your name is like what's a job? I don't even fucking know. Like, something super simple, like Handshake Guy. And he just refuses to shake your hand. And you're like, your name's Handshake Guy.
No,
that's why you're paid.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
I mean, that's a totally different discussion, but I do feel like in the comedy club, in the entertainment industry as a whole, there's a lower sense of give a fuck of responsibility to that they're part of the show.
Yeah.
And
it ruins our show. It ruins our show.
Entertain these people. They look at it as just a job, a check, plug the mic in, turn it up, and go do something else for the next 2 hours until the show ends. That's a dope thing when you're on like a TV set. Those camera guys get it. The scripts.
They try harder than anybody.
Everybody knows that they're all there.
Right.
Like, I hate to quote Nick Cannon in Drumline, but one band, one sound.
Oh my God!
No, it's true though, dude.
Band,
offensive lines win and lose Super Bowls.
We are all in this together.
Weakest link.
When you go to a lot of live venues, though,
our sound gets fucked up all the time.
You're at union venues. You're at venues where these are professional.
I know, and it still gets fucked up.
And Owen's bitching out some guy that just did this instead of working at Applebee's.
Right.
No, but it's an honor. I've been a janitor, and I took that shit so seriously. I would put the chairs up even when I didn't have to.
But this is the thing, see? I'm like that too, and we're never going to... There's always going to be those people. There's always going to be us.
But sound is so important.
I have to figure out how much of it I'm going to let get to me or not.
100%. Well, that's the whole deal.
You know what I mean?
I've matured a lot since then. I wouldn't do that now. But then you'll meet like a sound guy that's like the best. Where they're like, do you want any reverb? Yeah. And you're like, you just touch his face and you're like, you're so beautiful.
You ever have a guy do something on the fly that enhances your show?
Oh my God. Those people make my life.
Yeah.
Like I just had a sound guy last night at the Linda where it was like, he was like, yeah, I mean, we got all that. It's like it's like, there's a weird acoustic where if I clap, there's like a ripple and I'm like, I love you so much. I'm like, you totally like care about sound. Because our whole thing is, it's imagine like you have a boat with no water. Like our medium is sound.
Right.
It's like when you watch those huge concerts and stuff, like I get it now. I get why people travel with the crew. I saw Janet Jackson. Well, this chick wanted to go see Janet Jackson. So I went to go see
with the
Janet
sound machine,
Jackson.
or was it?
Oh, that's my Gloria Estefan.
Oh.
Janet Jackson in the Miami Sound Machine.
You mean Rhythm Nation?
Rhythm Nation.
Yeah, but Rhythm Nation was just the tour. The Sound Machine is her band.
This is
Janet Jackson is not a Sound Machine.
This was Velvet Rope. I don't know, 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. And Janet's whole setup the lights, the LEDs, the people descending. I give you another great example. That Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil. Holy shit, mother!
Yeah.
One of the top 5 live shows I've ever seen, and
Really?
that's because everybody is working together in unison to make sure this show fucking works, man. One band, one sound.
Bro, Peyton Manning cannot throw the ball unless he's got 4 motherfuckers doing their job.
Not
We
3
did
motherfuckers and one motherfucker.
No,
goes,
weak
I don't
link,
really
weak link,
care.
man.
At what point? Here's what I'm never sure of, and because there's 4 of us on stage usually,
Right.
like we're really not sure because sometimes someone will go off. Someone might be in a bad mood and might snap it for something that one of us will be more reserved on, right?
Right.
It's like we were in
I can already know who it is. I'm not going to say.
The Q snaps very quick.
Q snaps?
Q will snap. No, but I
will
don't
get
mean in a
serious.
dick way, but Q will call something out, or
Dude, he's Alpha
Joe
Eeyore.
will call something out.
Dude, Q's Alpha Eeyore.
Yeah, well, no, actually, I'm the last guy to
Joe
really
is
be
a
like, what the
logistical
fuck?
Execution guy. Murr's in the corner checking text messages.
Joe's the guy where when he snaps, I'd be scared because he so knows right and wrong.
Well, here's the thing. Mur could be like, Mur will be like dickish about it, and after like, he'll be like, all right, can we turn the house lights up for a second? And then he'll say, can we turn the house lights up for a second? And he'll be like, house lights. Can we turn them up? Like, what happened? What happened to house lights? And I'm like, these guys, like, maybe they just don't hear you or they're running to do
Right.
it. Like, the guy's not in front of the house light, like, I don't. Maybe.
Right.
I will stand here for 2 hours.
Right.
Eventually they will need
So,
me.
like, I think he's quick to it. Q if he's in a mood, but it's always like usually like warranted. But I never really want to overstep. I want the venue to like me. I want them to
Right.
invite us back.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play devil's advocate, right? So I never know, and I'm talking over after years and years of touring. Every once in a while, I never know when to be like, fuck. And it happens usually with security. Security is usually my issue. Like, we'll have,
Right.
like, about a month ago, we were in Portland, I think, or Seattle, and we had a fight about to break out in, like, the second row. Some guy came up, was sitting in the aisle taking photos,
yeah.
he stepped on someone's foot. The guy's like, you've been here too long, and they started scuffling. And we're like, all right.
This is middle of the show.
Middle of the show,
Mid-sentence
right up front.
perform.
Q's like, whoa, Q stops down, which we usually don't. Like, every once in a while, like, people got thrown out of our show one
third
time
wall.
for fucking.
Shut up.
I swear to God, they literally fucking in fucking Orlando. They were fucking in the thing. Someone caught them, screamed, they dragged them out. Blowjob one time. That doesn't happen a lot. It's only happened twice. Bring
like
your
your
kids,
audience.
please.
Is it weird that it just got hard?
No, yes, it's weird. No, that's happened twice in
They
hundreds
were like
of
in the
shows.
balcony fucking? Or
Please,
they were like,
they were in the back of the
Was
room.
it doggy style or was she
Back of the
right?
room.
Like,
She was sitting on them.
like front or like which way?
I
was she
didn't see
facing?
it. We found out through security
she
and
paid
everyone
good
else.
money. She should face that stage.
Yeah, she got
We didn't even know it happened. Then afterwards, we had the meet and greet, and everyone was like, "There was 2 people fucking." So we were like, "Holy
Was it like
shit!"
in a
But that's
skirt
such an
or like?
anomaly for your shows. Your crowds are
No,
like,
it's an
awesome.
anomaly.
Yeah.
And then I think in Missouri we had a blowjob one time. But I think people just get wrecked, and then they think it's
Yeah,
like
100%.
they think it's like, oh, let's prank this whole place, and I'll blow. I don't know what they think, but
Right.
anyway. But there was a fight about to break out, and Q, we usually ignore. Q's like, whoa, because I think like the guy stood up. And he was like that.
Yeah.
So Q's like, whoa, don't fight. And the house lights are down. No one all over the theater can really see what's going on. So now it's a complete stop down. But it's like, Q's like, just chill out. And they kept going. They didn't even care. And I'm like, all right, guys, enough. And then we're like, just waiting. And it went on for like a minute. No security came over.
Right.
And we're just like, at what point are we like, guy, like security, like, what are you doing?
I know.
That's
You know
straight
what I
up
mean?
my safety, dude. I had a fight. I had 3 separate fights break out during the show.
One show?
This is a college show.
Okay.
These kids were young.
College usually they're pussycats.
Not this college. This is one of those 13th grade.
Right.
colleges, like, not regular, I pay good money to come here to college. This is like, is this a jail? He's down south.
They're majoring in hard knocks.
That was called Plea Bargain University.
PBU.
Yeah, Plea Bargain.
So I'm at PBU. I'm doing a show. And this is part of why I don't do crowd work in college shows. Like, if I do, it's a poll. What do you like? Who are you? Where are you from?
Right.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
I fucked up and said something about this girl's jacket. And it was a fucked up jacket. And she stood up, and she's coming down the aisle to get out to excuse herself. And normally, I don't even bother people that are excusing themselves from the show.
Right.
But this jacket was just so fucking distracting. I can't
Like describe the jacket a little.
It was like it's this loud purple with some sort of weird anime characters on it.
Yeah.
But this is a black chick, and she's wearing like legit, like it almost looked like legit Comic-Con or some shit like that. Sure. And so I said that it looks like Sailor Moon, but it looks like Sailor Mizoon.
So, very funny.
Yeah, not really.
I'd stand behind that joke.
Goofy,
but innocuous. It's not nothing harmful.
So she leaves. She comes back like 10 minutes later, and it's all black kids. And the advisor for the school, for the student activities, is white. She's sitting up front. She's having a ball. Sailor Mizoon comes back, and she starts trying to get back to her seat. And somebody said, Sailor Mizoon.
It's now her street name.
Yeah, so somebody in the crowd called her what I called her.
Why is that an issue?
I can see that being an issue.
Sailor Mizoon politely walks over to the girl.
No way. No way. Her first instinct was violence.
Listen, in Sailor Mizoon's defense, like that could have got like
stop that right there. That person.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Hitler.
That's Hitler. Hitler just called her that.
She ended slavery.
She just did. Yeah, she nipped it in the bud.
She ended slavery.
She did right there.
Ended slavery.
She nipped it right in the bud.
So there's a little scuffle. I look at the advisor and the campus security guard. They do nothing. There's a fight happening.
Yeah.
They do nothing.
They're like, they'll get tired out.
So I go, calm it down. I calm it down.
Your cardio's not that good. 20 minutes max.
10 minutes later.
Just let him peter out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Taking to get that joke in the buffer.
It's like Cousin Eddie in Vacation when a dog starts fucking his leg. He's like, just let him finish.
I do that. I let my dog.
Dude, stop.
Swear to God.
10 minutes later, football team comes in. Hilarious. Football team comes in. They start a fight with the basketball team. It's in the back of the room. I keep going. I go, fuck it.
The football team's not the fight with the basketball team. It sounds like the Muppet
Dude,
Show.
you like the kid whose parents are about to get divorced right before Thanksgiving, and you're just acting like the meal's great?
Yo, if security don't care, I don't care. So I'm like, I have to stay up here another 14 minutes to get my check.
Right.
So I'm on stage standing behind the podium in case gunshots.
Really?
Oh, shit.
I did the rest of the show behind the podium. Like some fucking weird keynote speaker.
Did you acknowledge what was going on? Or no. You didn't acknowledge.
Didn't happen. Plus, it was in the back of the house, so the front half of the room. My new protocol: if you're performing in a room where you can't control the atmosphere, perform for the people paying attention.
That's right.
That's great protocol, man.
Back half of the room is looking at the fight. Fine, they're entertained. They'll check back in when the fight's over with. The fight's happening back there. Don't give a fuck about this fight. And as I'm wrapping up, there was one more fight on the other side of the room, and I said goodnight. I jumped off the stage, and I had my hand out. Check, please.
Right.
It'd be funny if you just started reading Sailor Moon. Like you just broke from comedy. It's like, good night, Moon. No, it's good night, Moon. Dude, that's. Look, I just read this book. I recommend to you guys. It's called "Thanks for the Feedback." It's about how to take and receive feedback, because I've always been pretty bad at that sometimes.
Too, I'm bad.
Oh, no, everyone is. No, but
feedback.
Everyone is.
I can take criticism. I can't take compliments. That's
part of it. Any feedback.
Yeah.
It's like this book is phenomenal for that, because it's all about like knowing what you're bringing to the table and like how your emotions dictate the data becomes your own story. Like, let's say someone's late. If you're in a bad mood, because they don't respect me. If you're in a good mood, you're like, I wonder what happened to them.
Right.
And put that in a big scale. It's like you're always filtering. They were saying that there's like a Google effect where you can Google anything and you'll see a ton of it. So it's like whatever you're looking for, you'll see. You know.
Correct.
Yeah.
That makes. Yeah, I've read little articles.
Is there a book for how to take shitty Twitter comments?
Yo, you'll love this, man. That's because you always think, what's their perspective?
Well, you know,
it's kind of like my dog. My dog doesn't want to put on her harness because she was a rescue dog and she was probably beaten or something. But I'm not going to be like, well, she shouldn't wear a harness then, because then she'll just die. But in her mind, it's like, oh, I that's going to hurt me. And it's like, no, it's not. Like you just have, and then eventually she just doesn't care.
Like I had, I got into it with a guy. About once a month, I'll get a fuckhead. You
take that bait? Yeah, you get into it.
But it doesn't happen often. So when someone does say some shit to me, I gotta reply to that shit.
Yeah, isn't it weird when you're inoculated when it happens a lot? You know, like in MySpace, it would happen so much. I didn't give a shit, but now people seem like they're realigning with humanity. So like when someone talks shit, it's almost like it's real again.
To me, it's about the angle in which if you're coming from what I believe to be some intellectual, analytical place in your criticism of me or something I said, I will engage you. But if it's just, you suck, that wasn't funny, all right, fuck you.
Right.
But this guy, I posted something about some Black Lives Matter shit a couple weeks ago or whatever, and it wasn't really leaning one way or the other.
Yeah.
And the guy goes on this whole all lives matter diatribe on my Instagram. And I come back at him and go, look, man, this is what I'm saying. This is the purpose. Logic. If you don't like me, that's fine. But please don't stop believing positivity. By the end of it, we refriended each other and fucking cool and came to a show. So
that's different. That's different than trolls.
All in how you, but there's people that would take that same comment from that guy and go, well, eat a dick, you motherfucker.
Right. They take it personal.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's all about keeping the thought in the abstract. Like, don't make who you are with a thought.
You know what desensitized me, man? I know I shouldn't have done this, but I did it during Last Comic Standing back in 2010, and I would get like a couple of shit tweets every fucking week on that show. Imagine every week for 2 months. There's good tweets, and then there's just people just, fuck you, that joke was, you suck.
Yeah.
You deal with that shit for 2 months. And then I went and read YouTube comments.
Oh, dude, don't even ever do that. Don't ever do that.
YouTube is a whole nother fucking swimming pool.
Bro, it's
fucking...
Yeah, bro, you know how many people told me to die?
YouTube is, for some people, for that.
It's literally the pros of
It's a punching bag.
Like, Twitter is double A ball. Like, that ain't shit because it's 140 characters. YouTube, a motherfucker break you down in 4 paragraphs.
Bro,
now you ain't shit.
And we're kind of bit about how porn is so much more positive. It's like, you look at a porn clip, literally people are just like, names? Like, great scene. Like, where can I see them again? Yeah. And then you see some like 5-year-old playing Bach and it's like, faggot. You know? But like, it's like a threesome on a fucking boat. And somebody's like, wow, that was really great. Like, those girls.
Where can I see more?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm a fan now. Is there merch? And then you go on fucking YouTube.
The porn community is a very supportive community.
Yeah.
Right.
And these are shit with like 40 million hits. Like, they should have trolls.
I feel like no, but it's, you know why? There's a sense of
what would the trolls say?
We're all in this together.
Right.
Like, we're all here for the same reason. And like, if I'm stopping
jizz is evil.
If I'm watching a little kid play Bach, I might not be. I might be there because I want to make fun of a little kid, or I might. But if we're all in the porn scene for the same.
Yeah, you're
reason.
looking for King Bach, and you get actual Bach, and you're like, "What the fuck is this? I was looking for King Bach." That dude's funny, by the way. You ever see some of his shit?
Mm-hmm, yeah, King Batch, yeah.
Is that his name, Batch?
Yeah, Batch.
See, I play piano, so I always thought it was Bach.
Yeah,
I love that you sent me a clip the other day. You're like, check this clip out, and you sent it the wrong clip, and you sent me classical music.
Shostakovich.
And you're like, oh shit, sorry, that was just what I was listening to. I was like, because he's like, check this out, 1 million views. I'm like listening to it. It's like a concerto.
Handjob Cabin, though.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, but I'm into it. And then like 20 minutes later, he was like, oops. He's like, that isn't. And then he sent me classical music, I think it was. And then he said, oops. And then sent me the trailer to Handjob Cabin.
Yeah. My buddy directed this thing called Handjob Cabin.
Couldn't be more opposite.
Bro, got 3 million hits in 3 days.
Is that a horror movie? Or
it's fake. But it's like,
it's a parody trailer.
It's shot exactly like it is. Like a scary movie, but it's a chick who jerks dudes off to death.
Oh, wait, it's just a trailer, right?
Yeah, there's no real movie.
Oh my god! Okay, I know that. No. But if there was a real movie, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, and I play like the neighbor who knows shit. Almost like, remember in Pet Sematary, like when you bury something, that it doesn't come back the same way. You know that guy? I'm the guy that's like the neighbor that's like,
dude. I'll tell you nothing. This is why. There might be
Handjob Cabin.
There's power in pornography to harness for good. I'm telling you, because there's another thing.
Bro, I sell bumper stickers that say "full bellies, empty balls." I think that's the way to end war. I'm dead serious.
That's right.
Because when your balls are drained, you see the world as a wonderful place where everyone's the same. And the more jizz you get, the more you see divisions everywhere. And you watch Fox News and you fucking listen to Nickelback.
Well, you know how you just said before, you're like, oh, is it wrong that I'm getting... No, I don't know if you're... I was telling you about the people. When I watch Handjob Cabin, the demon woman...
Gets you kind of turned on.
Turned me on.
My brother got scared.
All you gotta do is make the handjob motion if you're...
I know. He goes, dude, my brother literally was like, dude, this is really scaring me. Because he doesn't watch like TV ever. So he was like, "This is like scary, man."
I literally just made a note.
Hand job Kevin.
Hand job Kevin.
It's great. It gets you just with the title, which is great.
I hope I don't die before I send myself another text. They try to figure out the mystery of what happened.
Do you guys have in place like a system of things that you need to get destroyed or something if you die? Like me and Q have had this forever, and then they did a Curb episode of it where he asked him if he's in the hospital, he's going to die. He's like, "You got to go to my house, get my porn magazines and videos, and destroy him." But like, is there anything like? Do you ever think of that? Because I'm thinking.
Bro, I had a buddy. He died. He actually died, and we had that pact.
Yeah.
Yeah, like true story.
And did you do it?
What did you have?
Just like mags. This is like in the early 2000s.
I don't mean about porn mags. I mean more about like shit. Like none of this should be on a hard drive somewhere. Not that it's porn. Not even porn related. I don't even know. Not that it's that crazy.
No, I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying. Just even.
Bro, I googled duck
neurosis.
penis recently.
Yeah.
Because they're 18 inches long.
A duck?
Did you know that? A duck's penis is the biggest pound for pound of the animal kingdom.
No, I didn't know that.
Bro, ducks.
Oh, don't they
You
rape?
just Googling animal dicks all day?
No, by the way, I'm going to say this straight up. I finally understand why people don't find dicks funny, because they're animal dicks. Because I always find dicks very innocent and hilarious. But I was like Googling duck dicks because I saw on NPR they were talking about...
NPR, they were talking about duck dicks.
No, for real. They were talking about that they have like this... Like ducks have two vaginas because they rape so much. One's the rape vagina, so they don't get pregnant. Swear to God. They've like evolved for a rape vagina. Yeah. So I'm like, geez. And then they're like, and they have an 18-inch penis. And I was like, what? So I Googled duck penis, and then I see like all these penises, like bats, and I'm like,
have we not seen a duck penis that's a foot and a half long?
No, dicks are fucking gross, man. I
know like giraffes and horses.
They're all fucking weird. And if, like, that's how people view human like, I think human dicks are funny because I have one. I really like my dick. I'm like, it's so funny and honest. You know, and then I'll, like, look at all this shit and I'm like, God, if people think this about dicks, like, I see why, like, dicks can be a weird topic because I find them so funny.
Yeah, I mean, dicks...
Holy shit, he's not lying.
Dude.
Dicks account for, like, a third of comedy in the world.
It's at least a foot. It's like a
18 inches. Bro, they were doing it. If you're a 6-foot man, that's
what
like...
What the fuck is that?
It's like having a 13-foot dick.
What is that? Why is it a
corkscrew?
Yeah, corkscrew.
It's to try and find the real vagina.
So to try and elude the fake vagina and continue the rape?
Yeah. Bro, that's the world we live in, man. That's real
Also,
shit.
look at these ducks fucking.
Yeah.
Like, this is a literal three-way duck fucking.
They shouldn't be called ducks. They should be called fucks.
This is literally...
Advantage Benjamin.
Hold on.
30 love.
This is...
I miss you, Roy. I miss Advantage Benjamins.
I'm looking at a train. A black, a white, and a brown duck fucking each other. Look at that.
A train.
Yeah. They're like bad bonobos because bonobos are like they fuck to. That's why bonobos.
So basically, the duck dick has to go around a corner and.
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's like a
here?
choose your own adventure book.
You guys don't have any reaction to that? I just showed you.
Bro, I googled it all night long.
Menage a trois of ducks.
Bro, I'm gonna blow your mind. Look up bonobos.
How do you spell that?
Okay.
Bonobos is a website I order pants from.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I thought you were a Marshall's guy.
I am, but sometimes in a pinch.
2 words for you, bud.
Bonobos.
Brand loyalty.
Better looking men's clothing.
See? You're so funny. Dude,
my search history's gonna have hand job cabin and duck threesome.
Duck rape.
No, duck rape is... I try to get videos of bonobos.
Dude, let me tell you something about Marshalls you talked about before.
Chimps have male leadership and there's not a lot of sex. They protect the chicks and they treat them like property. So they're always eating and killing each other. And bonobos, women are the leaders and they're constantly jerking aggressive men and fucking them, like constantly. And that's why they maintain power and they never have war. I came up with this theory. Like my whole thing is like you can be a feminist and a guy. Like, you can be president, be CEO, but, like, jerk and suck us to submission.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what works in the animal kingdom. Animals don't fucking lie. They don't have a prefrontal cortex. So it's like the bonobos just swoop in and just jerk like aggressive men. Then they fall asleep in banana leaves, and they've averted war for millions of years.
You mean bonobos would stage war against each other?
No, it'd be like, here we have a bonobo man. And he's like,
sure.
And it's like, fortunately, there were 7 women to jerk him to submission.
What does a bonobo look like?
Chimps. They used to be called pygmy chimps because they're slightly smaller. But there are our two closest relatives in the animal world are chimps and bonobos. It's like the demon and the
Stop.
angel.
Get out.
Swear to God. One is the god of war, one's the god of sex. Straight up. One's your female side where it's like, let's all just scissor and fucking fuck.
It is true. If your spouse or partner is constantly giving you sex,
Or
you're
even
probably
if
going to fight less.
way less.
Yeah.
Or even if you're not fucking a ton, just the option is there. Like, even if you're not feeling like it, you're working hard, it's not a big deal. But when someone's like, ew, your dick is gross and stupid, I don't want to jizz, it's like, well, then I'm going to Iraq. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's right there.
No,
Like,
bro, I know I jump time frames a lot.
Yeah.
But it's all the
But
same
you have
shit.
to right. It's
like, you can be like, you don't have to fuck all the time. I'm not saying that women are like, are these people that have to constantly. It's just, if you respect jizz for what it is, it's 100 million sperm pressed against the balls like it's a prison cell. You know, women have one egg a month. That's like a house in the country. Dudes have the projects under their dick at all times. It's constant, like, we'll do what it takes, man. Get us the fuck out. So if you just acknowledge that, then it's all good. We don't have to, it's not like you need to constantly drain it.
Right, like if I was...
But don't be like, ew.
If I was home watching TV,
Right.
and I got home from work and I'm sitting here, and then my wife comes home,
Right.
and the first thing she says when she walks in is, quick suck?
Right.
And I'm like, no, I'm not in the mood. When she walked into the room and said, no problem, I'd be like, man,
Great.
that was great. I really appreciate that.
Or even if she's always just down for the concept of sucking. Or, cause like when you picture jizz, it's kind of like intense, but like the last night I was riffing on stage, I go, jizz is more of a concept. Like not actual jizz. Like picture like we need to get rid of that rage of like fucking that we can fuck you. You know, where it's like that, it's almost like in Ghostbusters when they have the slime under the city. Like that's
Ghostbusters too.
Dude, because Roy, remember in the Middle East, one thing you noticed, they cover up chicks, can't look at porn. That's why they're at war. Dude, you send them...
solved all the problems in this podcast.
Bro, we helicopter in Bang Bros and Brazzers and Reality Kings and shit and just shoot it at them. And then they're not going to fucking join really scary clubs because they're...
Does it work in reverse?
What do you mean?
Does you always being willing to please your female spouse lead to anything beneficial?
Yeah, totally.
So it works both ways.
100%.
But you're saying that they have that there's not a libido, but a desire.
Okay, women are dudes 3 days a month because they have. All right, like you know how they always like contradictory natures. Like they want you to be like a fucking construction worker. They want you to be Christian Grey and the gay vampire at the same time.
Yes.
Well, it's because when they're ovulating, they want just a jawline legend to pound on them, and when they're not. No,
we should go to the bullpen and get a woman.
No, bro, this is a fact. They do studies where when a woman is has more progesterone, like progesterone is basically testosterone, and then estrogen is a whole different vibe. And think about it in the animal kingdom. It's like you want a strong, dominant male to procreate with, and then you want one to take care of the kid. They're not the same person. They can be, you know, they just pull different sides of you.
Right.
Where it's like they want the professor and the construction worker at all times. Right. Because the construction worker doesn't make the best dad sometimes because he's out pounding and fighting. And the other guy doesn't make the best genetic father.
So they want me to build the house and explain to them the science behind it while I'm doing it.
Right. Like they want you to take them at a Impractical Jokers concert, you know, right there in public. Who gives a fuck? I want to get at that egg. But then that guy goes to jail and can't raise the kid.
So why not just have them both in the house and then just you sit on the couch with the emotional dude and he reads your book and then you go, all right, I'm going to go upstairs and bang construction worker.
Why don't guys team up? Why don't guys who are one way and guys the other way just be like, let's try a new thing?
Right.
Why don't we? Well, there are those things.
Then you can run into jealousy and all that shit, though.
But not those true polygamists. What about that show with that guy that has like 10 wives and everyone's cool with it?
Right. It actually works better when there's more dudes. But then the dudes start. But it's got to be.
I don't know about that.
No, but it's got to be dudes that are. No, I would never do it. I'm just saying theoretically.
Exactly.
No. I would need the dude to not have a sexual relationship.
Right.
Then I'm okay. Then there's going to be no jealousy.
And then that guy probably doesn't want to fuck. He just wants to talk about her Pinterest.
Right.
Like when
that's her gay friend, though.
Maybe
that's
it.
They need a gay friend.
They need a gay friend.
Maybe that's the new side hustle for us.
What's that?
We just came up with it. We'd be the sensitive friend. You don't have to be gay.
No, but see,
you can have someone else to go bang. I have somebody else I go bang and date. But for 8 hours a day, I come over and I ask you about your day and shit like that. Like, if I was dating somebody right now and I could hire a dude to go home 2 hours ahead of me,
Yeah.
and get the chit chat out the way,
Yeah.
and then I come in at like fucking 6:30 after a hard day's work.
You could make a.
She goes, I already talked to Todd.
Yeah.
You want to
And
bang?
literally, because that's their jizz.
It's almost like
Female jizz is just mindless chatter.
Dude,
Where they just got to get it out. They got to get the demon out.
It's an emotional prostitute. It's a sensitivity prostitute.
Guys,
That's all
let's
it is.
start an app. I know guys at Caltech.
You can listen. You could
Sensitivity
use
prostitution.
yeah. You could use the infrastructure of Uber. If I'm on Uber right now and I get a call, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go now. I gotta go to this place for an hour.
Yeah, I gotta go
and be
talk to this
sensitive.
chick for
I
30
gotta go
minutes.
talk to this chick because her legendary guy's about to come home.
Yeah. If you're a guy with time,
Yo, that's a good
you
idea.
could do that.
It's a great idea because women like sex as much as guys, but it's more of a. They do have to get that shit out of there, though.
Because it's like a guy. If a woman has a guy friend, they have to be very secure. Everybody on all fronts has to be very secure.
Yeah, 'cause the guy's trying
it's
to
like,
fuck
you
him
know, the
and
guy's
then-
trying to fuck you. I know
yeah.
how a guy works. That's why the gay friend is really good, though.
Yeah.
So maybe
Or the guy who's been chemically castrated.
yeah, but that guy is not
That's
as
too
common
much.
as a gay male. So what we found is a new app for gay males.
I don't think you have to be gay to just listen to somebody's shit.
Totally.
No,
If
but
the
at one
price
point
is
or another,
right-
if you're listening to our shit, you're going to imagine having sex with that
Right,
woman.
right.
The gay guy's not.
Yeah, if you're paying the
if you
lease,
have
you're gonna
sex,
wanna
I'm
drive the
give
car.
you 1 star, and I'm going to give you a poor rating.
Yeah, but okay, fine, but that's the end of that relationship. Like if I'm the guy and I'm like letting her be on sensitivity prostitution Uber app, then I want it to be a gay guy
Right.
because I'm not going to put my trust in
No.
a guy like me.
Right. Yeah.
Not that I'm a bad guy, but
No,
I'm,
but that's if you
I
pay
have
the
a
lease.
predisposition.
If you pay the lease, you drive the car.
right.
I think you guys need to believe in yourself more.
No, because the thing is, like, I'm not saying that guys don't like talking to their chick. Like, I love talking to him. Like, I love it. But, there's times and places, and it's not-
$20 an hour?
No, the
I'm not banging.
thing is the thing is the
that
situation we put ourselves in. There's no one else on earth that you're gonna that you live with 24/7. Like if me and you were in a relationship like you and Amy were, you get tired of talking to me too.
Totally.
It's a human to human thing. It's not
She
necessarily.
gets tired
a
of
male
me.
to
The
female
funniest thing is that we're almost like reversed. Like, I'm like, so did you like listen to my story yet? She's like, I'm an engineer, bitch. You fucking clown.
So you need a lesbian to listen to your stories.
You gotta start Googling these things. I need a corkscrew dick that's 18 inches long.
Would it be great if women had 2 vaginas?
No.
It wouldn't.
Or if we had 2
No, but
dicks.
one
What if we had 2 dicks? Check this out. One's for monogamy, one's for non-monogamy. So you can be faithful with one dick, and the other one is the one that's
You think
like,
Yeah, but
You
faithful
think-
to a woman is in your heart and
So
mind.
then give Amy two cooches.
right?
And some other dude could just bang that other cooch. You're good
No,
with that?
no.
See what I'm saying?
No, I just meant that the other cooch was the one that everything was like one was for procreation, one was for sex, just so it would be easier for both of you.
Right.
There's no mistake.
And by the way,
No,
picture how like
It's like a
romantic.
Planned Parenthood
like-
cooch.
How romantic would it be when the girl's just like, "Baby, I'm ready. Switch cooches."
I don't know.
That would actually gross me out, like it just did just now. In reality,
I think you boys just added 20 minutes to foreplay. I don't like that.
What do you mean? So you got to bang the non-pregnancy?
You gotta preheat both ovens. Before you got one oven to preheat.
that's right because we can't rewire the pregnancy cooch. It needs to be stimulated as well. We can only deal with the
No, the pregnancy cooch needs no stimulation. It just needs loads.
No, fellas.
The other one needs the stimulation. Right?
There's holes in this theory.
It's funny how I'm like now just because Roy just physically turned his back to me, and so I started seeking his approval. Like I know I'm the one who brought the concept to the table of the 2 duck pussies, and Roy turns his back to me, so I just look at him like, right, Roy?
that was like a very slow turn. I don't know.
It's like Paulie and Goodfellas.
And he
Now
looked
I
at
gotta turn my back on you.
Yeah.
Roy literally just turned his back on me. I don't know if it was out of disgust or he wanted to look out to the Staten Island
Look,
Skyline's dope.
I'm just pontificating all these things. I'm not sold. I'm not giving a hard sell on any of them.
Bro, I think we're all pretty sold. And I think this root beer, by the way, could be really destructive because it doesn't taste like beer at all.
It literally tastes like root beer.
Yeah, but I feel it.
Yeah. It's 6%, 5.9%. It's not your father's root beer.
Still
Giving him
more
a
of
plug, I guess. Jeez.
Yeah. Who is this company?
And why are you calling my dad such a pussy? right? You know what I'm saying? Because that implies that your father's root beer, it doesn't have any booze.
Right.
We get it. Oh, what a fucking day.
You got shit to plug, Roy?
Speaking of plugs, right?
Oh, nothing. Daily Show, Trevor Noah, 11 p.m. Mondays through Friday.
I hope our listenership knows that Roy is now on the new Daily Show. I hope so. If not,
you gotta watch it. Roy's hilarious on it. They're giving you a lot of playtime.
Yeah, it's been good so far, man. It's been good.
Keep
doing more with it.
Are you locked out? You can't tour at all? Or you have little chunks where you're off air and you can.
There's chunks, but I need to use those chunks just to get my sanity back, dude.
Right.
Like, I still haven't unpacked.
Right.
My place is like yours.
Yeah, you've seen Roy, bro. You've seen War, bro.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like it's.
But you're
it's
made
long
for
days,
this shit.
But I welcome it, but
you're made for this shit,
I
dude.
just want to find my So when you guys move, you ever have stupid ass movers, man? These motherfuckers stole.
They stole your shit?
They stole my ironing board and a PlayStation controller.
Shut up.
It's the dumbest shit you could steal. Like and I know it's gone, but I can't prove it because I wasn't there when the truck was packed because I was in New York.
Okay, this is what we do. We look for movers that don't have wrinkly clothes.
That's how we track them down.
What is that? I mean, why steal an ironing board? You can get one for like $20.
Once I start putting all my shelves back together, I'll start piecing together what else is missing. But
I bet you can go cross the land stealing ironing boards and never be convicted.
Because there's no motivation.
No.
Because it's so big and clunky. It also shows that you're like a pretty honorable person who likes fucking to impress people with their sweet creases.
It's for a PlayStation 3. This controller's not even fucking compatible with the new shit. Like, it's such a useless thing to steal.
I think I'm going to give the moving company the benefit of the doubt and say that it was lost in the shuffle.
Possible.
I mean, I thought you were going to come at me with, like, if they sold the console or the iron.
Bro.
No, the iron's there.
You don't take the board without the iron.
It's a good-ass iron, too. Looking $80.
Bro, by the way,
Did you have an $80 iron? How much is your iron?
I don't own an iron.
You don't own an iron?
No.
And you have an $80 iron?
Yeah, that's one of the best.
I'm too busy Googling duck dicks. Like, I'm out of my fucking mind.
I'll tell you right now. This is interesting to me. I have the first and only iron I ever bought. It was like $9. It's a Sunbeam.
Right.
And it's $9.
You don't buy an iron from a company that makes blenders.
I agree with you. It's $9. I use it occasionally. Same exact thing with my toaster. I have a $10 toaster.
4 slice?
2. It's just a white.
Why would you need any more? It's just a toaster.
So how much is your toaster?
4 slice crumb tray bagel button.
I don't.
You have all that.
$22.
Double mine. Because our toasters are like $80.
Sal, you hit 100 episodes.
Right? You gotta but I don't need any more than it. You know, like I don't.
Well,
need
that's why you're such a happy waffles 4 at a time.
No, don't get me wrong. I do need it. I see the convenience of it. I probably like to have it, but it's just like I don't know. Like sometimes you ever realize like. Sometimes I'll pull that toaster out when someone's over. And then they just like, that's your toaster? And it's like, why does it really, like, who cares?
That's why you're a happy person.
Yeah.
That is on some Bill Gates.
I have a projection television in my living room.
Fucking Steve Jobs.
Still works.
Like, when you see people get successful, like, misery that will ensue in their lives that people don't understand is because it's like, oh, I'm rich now. I should probably get a boat because that's what rich people do, but they're fucking seasick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when people just start doing shit that they think they should because they're doing well, that's when they become sad.
I always put Adam Sandler in that thing because I always see him dressed down, and I'm always like, he doesn't care.
Right.
He wants to be comfortable. He's just wearing the same old stuff that you wear on the house that you'd wear before you were rich, and I always equate that with that feeling that, like, I like that. Like, he's just... He doesn't need to prove anything.
Dude, he's really like that because success to him is a byproduct.
Yeah.
Like, he just wants to be like, he would do that alone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, like, but then you can still like fancy shit, but only the shit that you like.
Right.
You know, it's like, no, I want $1,000 dinner because I love duck fat.
Right. If you want a great mattress or an expensive dinner.
Or like where you live. It's like, I really want to live right at this one spot.
Sure.
But I'm not
anything else for anyone else.
Yeah, it's not like you just have to get a couch from fucking turkey because someone tells you to.
I'm starting to feel a little attacked because I have an $80 iron.
You have an $80
I
iron?
didn't say I have a gold-plated fucking faucets. I wanted a nice, decent iron. You know what happened, though?
I think it's a rite of passage as well. I think I haven't
Here's what
matured
happened.
to get a good iron.
Bro, I don't even have one iron.
What do you do about your wrinkles?
I hang this shit up and I put it in the bathroom when I shower.
Okay, hold on. You know what?
steam.
I bought my iron when I moved out and got my first apartment. I felt like I went and bought ketchup and like an iron, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
I need to buy an iron. I felt good buying it. I spent $9, whatever. I maybe used the iron 5 times. I just realized you're doing what I do when I need to. Anytime I need to iron
maybe
something,
it's a
I
black
put it in the
thing.
dryer.
Yeah, totally.
I just turn the dryer on for like 10 minutes. I take it out.
Yeah, it's called the Comedy Zone Laundromat.
I iron every day.
Do you really?
You iron every day?
I press collars.
I'm bad at ironing.
Make sure
you serious?
Yeah, damn near. Blazers and shit. Yeah.
It's a black
then
thing.
You need an iron. Then.
Finesse. Recently, I did Josh Wolf's show.
Finesse Mitchell?
Yeah, and he was like, and we talked about this, how black people just have a better sense of like what's right and wrong with clothing. Because he literally just started putting me together. Like it was like
Oh, Finesse is on that fashion shit.
Oh, dude, he literally was just like, and he was almost like frustrated, but very benevolent about it. Where he's like, "Come on, man! Like, no, put this over this and fuck it.
You gotta put that jacket, but that baby.
Yeah.
You know,
And I was
Finesse
like,
will
how
wear
do
a
you-
pocket square to McDonald's. Like
Totally.
he's stylish.
Yeah."
I don't have that.
I made fun of a black dude recently who like made fun of my suit while I was on stage. He was like, "Fucking like, what's that suit?" I'm like, "You're gonna talk to me about suits?" I go, "Black people wear." I'm like, "You guys look like fucking used car dealers from Mars." I go, "You're gonna wear purple pinstripe shit on ESPN and tell me that my fucking black Uber driver suit is bad? Fuck you, motherfucker!" And he was laughing. That's why I kept tagging it.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? He insulted you, and you insulted him back, and he felt closer to you.
Totally.
Like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
bond.
Because there's truth in it. That's why.
Fucking does.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's
you look like a fucking Dick Tracy bad guy, and I'm bad because I'm keeping shit simple.
I tell you though, you know who dresses like that? Murr.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dressed like a Uber
Murr's a
extra.
black
He
dude.
lets his ladies like. I think he got
Totally.
influenced a lot from the ladies he dates. So he has this. He's like he dresses like Steve Harvey. Murr.
He's fresh.
He
Murr is
does.
fresh as fuck all the time.
He
We
wears
need
like a
more.
purple
We need
suit.
more words, man. There's black culture and there's black color, and that's why there's all this shit. Because everyone, like, I would literally just be like, "Yeah, Murr's black." But then people are like, "What does that mean?" It's like there's got to be another fucking word.
Right.
Because urban isn't a thing. Because so are Hasidic Jews. So are fucking.
And Wigger doesn't fit.
Witter
either.
sounds so weird.
No, Wigger is a negative.
Yeah, Witter's
Yeah,
negative.
it's more
connotation.
urban and
Urban also feels like a way to say something without saying it.
There's black culture and then there's black skin, and that's why you run into so many problems when you're like, "Oh, well, black guys," and you're like, and people are like, "What?" And you're like, "There's no word, man.
Right,
like, what the
right,
fuck am I supposed to say? Like, you know what I'm saying?"
Right,
what do you
right.
expect me to say, motherfucker?
It's almost like you're pointing at a fucking screen door when there wasn't a screen door, and you're like, "It's a door," and it's like, but not really. It's like air goes through it. And it's like there's no fucking screen door word yet.
But yeah, I iron so much.
Sometimes you lose me.
Dude, what I just said made no sense. Like, I didn't like that was so dumb.
Sometimes you lose me.
Because I was still thinking about your guest room with the screen door. Like, that was just the back of my head for some reason.
Wait, dude, I used to, like, back in the day when I first started, I performed in suits, so I had to travel with the iron, because you never knew if you were at a shit motel that
Right.
didn't have an iron.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So I had this $8, like, little Sunbeam, like a Walgreens joint.
Yeah.
And every hotel I went to, if there was a better iron, just upgrade, switch it out, take a marker, write on the old iron, Hilton. And just put it back.
Are you serious?
Think about
That's genius.
Think about when you're at a hotel. the
Dude, that was an
hotel
iron pyramid scheme.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And you just work your way up to eventually you get a casino gig, and you got one of those nice
That's
$100
genius.
fucking super steamers. And then when I finally moved to LA, I was like, nah, it's time. This time I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy me a fucking.
Dude, I never
expensive
ironed. Byrne used to say I looked like one of the others from Lost. Because I'd always be wrinkled.
Byrne is a suit guy. See, for me, I started off getting a little bit dressed up on stage, and as I go along, I'm getting more and more dressed down. Because
Yeah.
I just want to not think about my clothes. Like, I just want one less thing to think about. I don't want to look like garbage, but I just want to be comfortable on stage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
totally.
And for me, a suit is not that. It's just not that. Some people wear a suit for comfort. I can't. It's not me.
See, I feel comfortable in it because my dad was a professor, so I always saw, like, when you go to work, you wear a suit. Like, I was...
But see, I think you have something that most guys don't, Sal, which is a familiarity and a connection with the audience.
Yeah.
And they already know you, which for me,
correct.
I feel like
They're judging you from this time.
yeah, from the time I walk in the comedy club, you're assessing whether or not I'm worth these fucking $11 you came to pay tonight.
That's a good point.
So I have to do something that commands your attention. So I don't have to be the best dressed in the room, but I can't be the worst dressed.
Correct. Okay.
That's also why I don't perform in shorts.
Bro, if I did 100 episodes, I'd be out there fucking full nude. I'd be wearing tidy whities. I'd be like, guys, you know me? Fuck it. Let's do this. I'd be like, I gotta piss, I'll be right back. And just, when you're like, because me and you were both almost like in that zone in our careers where it's like half the crowd knows us and likes us and half don't. And we still, it's like, but that's why me and you write a lot, because it's like iron sharpens iron a little, where it's like, we're always just, we gotta get them. You know, because that's why I'm so impressed by like you guys and like Bill Burr and shit. Like, Burr could say anything, and people like.
But he doesn't let that make him lazy.
No, he fucking
He's
writes.
prolific as shit.
Oh my god, he's working on bits.
I appreciate you putting us even the same sentence, which is the same.
Dude, you guys are awesome. Your live show is so fucking good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
we're
Nashville.
working on it. It's new for all of us, really. Like, in relatively like this type of performance and together is still kind of new to us. And we don't have the time to work on anything either. Like, we just get out there and work while we're out there. So, like, at any time that you see us, it could be very different, and it could be good or bad.
Yeah. You guys, I mean, you have such familiarity.
Live performance, man. I was trying to work on something with Byrne earlier this summer. We got to put it off to, like, January. But I want to do a web series. It's about an Asian detective who works in New Orleans. Yeah. Avenging his mother's death. And the show is called Cajun Fried Asian.
And it's like, dude, you should play it like it's just a real, like, great show, and the only joke is just the title.
Yeah, that's it.
Like it's like Matlock. It's like a solid show.
That's why it's a web series. Nobody would buy that. No network.
Cajun Fried Asian.
It's just a fucking Asian in the bayou solving crime.
That's funny, but it's serious.
Yeah, dead serious. Except for the last line of every show is, "You just got fried." And Byrne could play like a real detective.
Exactly.
Because he has that like sultry, like, looks like we have means, motive, and opportunity.
Yeah. Like in those openings to CSI Miami with David Caruso.
Yeah. Which, by the way, at this point, it's shot through an Instagram filter. That show, is Caruso a fucking vampire?
I've never seen one episode.
Bro,
I know it's the most popular show on TV or whatever.
Remember, CSI's dead now, except for CSI Cyber.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I thought that was the number one.
Dude, Caruso, man, it's almost like, remember back in the day those Diamond commercials with who was that chick that married Arthur Miller and all that shit? She was Elizabeth Taylor. Mm-hmm. Remember, it was so fuzzy.
Arthur Miller.
He wrote the
author Arthur Miller.
Yeah,
she married him.
And DiMaggio, yeah, she was with Arthur Miller.
Oh, okay. You said Elizabeth.
Or no,
Taylor.
was that Marilyn Monroe? It's one of those chicks.
Okay.
Arthur Miller got asked.
Because didn't Elizabeth Taylor marry like that guy?
She had a bunch
I'm
of them.
confusing. No, yeah, Liz Taylor married that dude.
Which dude?
Who divorced her because she beat him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Liz Taylor. Wait, am I getting this right?
Elizabeth Taylor, like, who's in Taming of the Shrew?
Liza Minnelli.
Yeah,
married that dude that she used to beat.
Shut up!
I swear,
Liza Minnelli's tiny.
Liza Minnelli used to beat this guy. That's where he filed for divorce. And on my fridge right now, the reason I messed this up is I have her framed wedding photo on my fridge. Liza Minnelli and whoever the dude is, who I'm forgetting, and their best woman and best man are Michael Jackson and Liz Taylor.
Are you serious?
So it's the four of them. It's the fucking kook.
Photo.
It's like the fucking. It's the ultimate kook.
Yeah, it's basically you're just looking into your reptilian brain.
Yeah,
it's like the weirdest instincts.
His name is like David something or other, and she was
like getting beaten by
Liza Minnelli. She ended up being
Minnelli?
like his beard or something, and then like
when any gay guy would love marrying Liza Minnelli.
When they filed for divorce, he said that she used to beat me.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah,
there's a lot of female on male domestic abuse. It happens more than it's reported.
Wasn't there like a campaign like last year about it?
Yeah, but they just made men look like they hate feminists. Like no matter what it came across, it's like some standard domestic abuse.
I have no problem with women beating men. I just think that we should be allowed to hold them down if they do.
Well, holding, blocking.
Blocking, yeah. I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't be able to retaliate. We're just, that's weird.
Right.
Like, I don't like when dudes are like, equal rights, man. It's like, dude, come on. Like, you can't fucking rebuttal.
It's got to be some caveats.
But you have to be able to put hands on, though. Like, hold arms down and be like, stop punching me, fuck.
It's not even if you're getting hurt, but it's only going to keep escalating.
I also feel like some huge dude...
That's what we're talking about. That's how you get rid of Hitler.
I don't even think a huge dude should be able to fight like a really small... Like
I
if
agree
Terry
with that.
Crews from Brooklyn Nine-Nine just tried to beat the shit out of Murr.
Right.
Like, that's not fair.
Dude, I think Murr would like it in a weird way. Murr would be like, you're going to beat my ass? Like, can one of my friends watch?
I agree with that, too. There's nothing I hate more than a big guy picking on a fucking young...
Okay, but what if you're a big guy that's not great at fighting, like me? See, I feel like I'm in a different weight class.
If you have a smaller guy being the aggressor, I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fine. But I don't like a big guy, even if you know that you can't fight, being the aggressor on someone who's scared out of his goddamn mind.
Oh, yeah, that's abusive.
Who would never have a chance in a fair fight.
I mean, who the fuck starts fights anyway? It's 2015. Like, who's like, what are you looking at? No, I'm talking if, like, a little dude comes at me, I have to be able to defend myself, not have people be like...
You'd be surprised. That dude that just... The Paris train guy, the 3 Americans who stopped the terrorist attack on the train... And all 3 of them got...
What? I fucking know that.
How is that not a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie already?
It was like a month or 2 ago. 3 American military vets were on a train, like somewhere in France or whatever.
So Steven Seagal, who else is on the train?
It's like just 3 regular fucking dudes. And some guy walks by with an AK. He's just walking up the aisle of a fucking train with an assault rifle, and they rush the motherfucker. They're
Smart.
unarmed.
Dude, AKs suck close up.
I'm sure that's what they were thinking.
Are you serious?
And they beat the fuck out of him?
They fucking beat the fuck out the guy.
Was he about to...
Heroes.
Was he about to, like, unleash?
Fuck yeah, he was already... 3 of them got injured.
That's the way to do it, dude.
How do I know
who's good at that shit is China.
How do I not hear about this?
It's all about just swarming.
So, settle down there, Ben Carson.
I just like saying shit that makes you guys react sometimes.
Because I don't fucking believe that shit.
Well, what I just said meant nothing.
So one of the guys...
It's like China? Like, what does that even mean?
One of the guys got stabbed.
Yeah, but you confuse the shit out of me because you are very smart, and sometimes you say stuff, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then when you say something else, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, I feel like, oh, I just don't know what that means.
Oh, so now you know how I feel when Roy physically turns his back on me.
Yeah, so one of the guys from the... those are the 3 guys getting medals and shit.
Who's it?
So one of the guys from that terrorist attack got stabbed in a bar fight in Sacramento last week.
Stop it.
You stop terrorists.
Right.
But somehow in Sacramento at a fucking bar,
wow,
bullshit still happens,
Bro,
man.
Sacktown's rough.
Yeah.
Are you the guy... You're in that situation. Do you see yourself... Not that we know. You can't know until you're in the situation, but do you see yourself not thinking and just tackling the guy with the gun?
I would totally tackle the
These
guy.
are 3 military trained.
Yeah.
Fear has been deprogrammed from their sensibilities.
Well, you're dead if you don't. It's not even like it's being a hero. It's like if like a gun.
He was alone, the guy?
No, he had buddies.
Yeah. No, the gunman, yeah.
The gunman was alone?
Dude, I'm going to just walk down the aisle.
Dude, AK, he's taking out the train. If you give him space. If there's no space, that's why knives are more dangerous than guns. Not like when it comes to shootings and shit, but when it comes to up close, because think about 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. It's like, it's just the amount of time it takes to physically point and shoot a gun. Like, if you're up close, you just fucking tackle the guy.
Yeah, he was shooting people. I mean, people were playing dead to keep from getting shot again. It was fucking crazy training.
I would do that. I'd play dead.
Horrible
for sure.
that I didn't know that.
I don't know it either.
Like, I don't know, man.
Dude, you got Daily Show knowledge now.
Stuff. I don't have mass hysteria shooting knowledge. Like, you think of what you would do, but I mean, shit, man. If a guy's cussing out the Starbucks barista, I don't even speak up.
Right.
Dude, have you ever spoke up?
You don't know who has the gun.
Yeah.
Have you ever spoke up though? Yeah, no, I hear you. I push out a lot, but with a gun like that, you're dead if you don't. But have you ever stood up for someone and then you sound like one time this dude was yelling at this chick and I was kind of hammered and he was like, "You shut up, bitch!" And I literally just was like, you don't talk to that bitch like that. and I wasn't realizing that I was saying bitch. I was just repeating what he was saying. And he was like, what? And I'm like, don't speak to that bitch like that.
You doubled down.
No, but I was like trying to be like a good guy, and the chick was looking at me like, bitch. Yeah, I was like, I got it, bitch. And the chick was looking at me like, thanks.
I think.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, what's your name? Like, Karen?
Sorry. Oh,
like,
shit, man.
You got work to do. We got to call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, make sure shout outs, Owen.
Well, I got a shout out tomorrow. When's this go up?
Let's do our plugs.
When's this come up?
You got to send me this. I got to get this file right now from you.
Because tomorrow I got a show in Brooklyn.
Plug it, and if it's up, it's up. I mean, I'll try to put it up. You know, I'll get it to me. I'll send it.
Because you might be singing R&B. Maybe.
Yeah, I might be. Yeah. I'll come, I'm going to show you that. I might come up tomorrow night. I'll do some shit.
I don't know where it is, though. Rough Trade
Trade's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
It's the hippity hop spot.
Rough Trade. And then Why Didn't They Laugh? My podcast. You want to check it out? That's about it.
Why Didn't They Laugh? Tomorrow in Brooklyn. What about back home?
Oh.
Go for it.
Well, I also got Providence, Rhode Island. I'm doing comedy. What's that called? Comedy Connection? Comedy Connection?
Yeah.
I'm doing that this weekend. I also have Vienna, Virginia. I'm doing Jam and Java on. I've never done that either. Have you done that?
No.
Monday or Tuesday, one of those fucking days.
And you are about to.
Can they get it on the website?
Yeah, OwenBenjamin.com.
All right. Twitter
at Owen Benjamin. Facebook, you know, all the shit.
All that
Instagram,
shit.
Yeah, Owen Benjam.
Just put an @ sign in front of my name, and that's everything.
That's everything.
Yeah.
Dude, there's an Asian baby that's already Owen Benjamin. He's killing me on hashtags.
Stop it.
Swear to God, there's just this Asian baby named Owen Benjamin, and like I'll like sometimes check my hashtag after shows, and the fucking baby always says he's just a baby. Like he's literally just a random Asian baby.
But he'll grow up ugly, so that'll fade. Don't worry about that. Ride it out, bro.
Oh, I've said this before. I've never seen
Kids are cute till like 7.
I've never seen an ugly black or Asian child in my life.
They're out there. I'll send you pictures.
I've never seen one.
I'll send you pictures.
Someone sent me one after I posted that, and I was like, they sent me what they thought was a picture of an ugly black baby, and I was like, that is the cutest black baby I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Who was his friend just sitting you?
No, it was someone on Twitter. I posted it on
Twitter. It was just like a young
I said, God bless. I've never seen an ugly Asian or black baby. God bless. And then people started sending me pictures.
But what about this ugly baby?
Yeah, and I'm like, this baby's adorable.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you think you're gonna breed with an Asian or a black woman to like? I think that would be genetically perfect.
You know, when you start mixing it up, that's when it's like exotic.
You were selected. I've selected you for.
Isn't that what they do to us? Women look at us and they're like, he's got a job, he wears underwear, he's got an iron that's $80. Bro, you've been selected.
I love that your brain processes things in a not in a divisive, in a bad divisive way, but you definitely come at everything with a very like pragmatic like.
So you're trying to say I might have Asperger's syndrome?
No, I'm not. I didn't say that. That's it. Yeah, and we got the cruise, the Impractical Jokers cruise,
and LA, bro. I'm open for you.
Oh shit, that's right. Well, so in Phoenix, October 22nd, we're in Phoenix at the Comerica Center or whatever it is, and then October 23rd at the Nokia in LA, and Owen's opening for us. Thank you so much. We're honored for that.
I'm honored to do it. Are you kidding? It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, and then we wanted you on the cruise, but Roy,
it's Martin Luther King week.
You are busy with work.
Yeah, I'll be at the Daily Show, but I will be at that LA show, the LA Live show. I'll be in the audience fucking.
Reverse cowgirl so you both can watch. So you don't miss the fucking show.
The cruise is January 11th to the 15th. You can go to ImpracticalJokersCruise.com. We finally have people booked, like a good amount of people. We have Gilbert Godfrey, Lisa Lampanelli, Michael Ian Black, Steve Byrne, Owen Benjamin, Dom Herrera.
That's going to be a blast.
Big J. Okerson, Mark Norman. Yeah, he's my boy. Chris Gethard. We have the Dan Band.
I love Dan Band.
We have the Dan
with those guys.
Yeah, we have them on. We have a yacht rock band from Staten Island. My boys are doing it. We have an 80s cover band. We have DJ Cypher Sounds. He's also going to do some comedy.
That's sick.
We have a lot going on. And there's going to be more even. So if it wasn't enough for you before, hopefully it's enough for you guys now. And it starts real cheap. It starts like $700. Can't beat that.
Dude, I'd pay
It's
way
the
more.
room. It's
to be
5
there.
days. It's Mexico. It's all the food. It's all that.
Yeah,
jazz.
it's gonna be insane.
So going to be a lot of fun. Sorry if I forgot anyone that's going to be on it at this point. JF Harris, who opens for us, is going to be on it. Anyway, that's it. And this has been literally, we broke a spell here. We had no What Say You.
Oh, dude, people keep writing me about that episode we did. They're
Yes.
always like, dude, I heard you on What Say You, man. When are you doing another one of those?
I know.
And we did one.
We did one. And you know, we just been on the road a lot. It's been hard for us to do one. But we came back with a big one with everyone's favorite guest. So that's it. We'll see you next time. I'll try and get this up in the next day or so.
Love you, man.
All right, and go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourself.
I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort, I get a D next time. Okay. Here we go. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times, and I don't stand for lemonade, don't ask me why. And would a beverage stand be a job that be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Should I try? Then again I don't try. I get an F for effort, I get a 65. Yeah, I try, yeah, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort, I might as well just I heard the currency don't grow like leaves on trees. Then how come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend pays a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries, then again she don't try. She gets an F for effort, she'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, she tries, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort, I get a D next time. Yeah, I try, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort, I get a 65. Yeah, I try, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort, I might as well just die.
Next message.
Hi, Cassie. Listen now, Pia. Please call me what you say, not have hit.
End of message.